Welcome back to Into the Fear. I am your host, Chainsaw Sammy. All right, guys, we are in prep mode for MHC 2026. Joining me today from Hellsgate, Tom and Emma. Thank you guys for joining me this evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's so good to see you guys. I haven't seen you guys since the Scare Factor ball back in November.
Yeah, which I mean, that was a lot of fun. It's really, I loved that haunt when we started coming to it. What was it, like 2-3 years ago?
You started 3 years ago. I only went the last 2 years.
But I freaking love that place. I love that place so much. That was my first touch haunt.
Yeah, it was incredible. I wanted to go for years, but it's like right after season ends. So it's kind of hard to obviously ask for PTO time with my full-time job to let me go. This year I was just like, screw it, I'm just going to go. It's last year. I got to go. And Nightmare on Edgewood did not disappoint. It was incredible.
And they did so many updates.
I love the last room, the Buried Alive room.
Buried Alive. It was so cool. That was so insane. I think one of the balls fell into my purse, and then I ended up having a bunch of people sign it because I just happened to have a silver Sharpie in my purse to sign a black ball with. So
I don't think they're gonna ask for it back.
I don't think they're gonna.
I liked the horse trailer. I don't know why, but I've never seen a haunt ever do that where you walk into a stock trailer. It was something different and unique.
I love that. I love that we all felt like cattle. I'm like, this is such an amazing feeling. Well, not an amazing feeling, but like it's so funny because like that's how it feels. Like we have to herd all of the people through a haunt, and to actually get them on a cattle trailer and then prod them and like make them seem like woo, like
you're getting ready for slaughter.
Load the next lot on. We're ready for you. Oh yeah.
That was definitely incredible. The slaughterhouse, I think, was one of my favorite scenes, but there was so much. You had the theater, you had the industrial. There was just so much there. I mean, it was incredible. It was sad that it's last year and the last time they were going to have the party there, but we're excited about the new location. So it is what it is.
But
I know. But we had
I just know that last room, that the Buried Alive room was probably my favorite. I mean, the cattle herding trailer was good. The theater is fun, but I liked the Buried Alive.
There was something that was in the cemetery that made me laugh. Oh, it was the big talking face.
Yes.
The big talking face on the cemetery wall.
It looked like Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
I was so close to pissing myself from laughter. It was so good. I can't remember what it did. It like either belched or something, or like it made some like big like warbly sound. I thought it was so funny.
What was funny though?
I know that was an older prop too. It was so funny.
Well, it was funny too, and like it made it more enjoyable. So our first year we went. Oh, first year I went. we walked through with our normal group of friends. The second year that I went, which was her third, which was the same year you, me, and Slider Jesus all walked through together. And it's like they didn't even look at us. They saw him like they picked him up against the wall. They were frisking him. They're damn near like forcing themselves on him. And I'm just looking around like.
And that's what it's about. Even if you don't get interacted with, you watch your one friend get interacted with out of the entire group. It's good for the whole family. It's good fun for the whole family.
It was. And he's trying to be so discreet. Like Remy kept putting his hood up and we kept pulling it down. We're like, no, you show your face.
I mean,
he's trying to hide between us.
It's kind of hard to hide it when one little dread's just poking out.
I know.
Everybody knows him for his hair and his beard.
Yep.
So
that was great though. I know we left him like at least 3 times because we're like, hey, we got to keep going.
We didn't leave him. They took him from us.
And
we all tried to walk with him.
And he kept getting caught up.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. I mean, Tom, when they threw you on the table, that was great. But like Em's just taking your belt off while they took Jesus' shoes. And
I think I tried taking his shoes too.
I love this.
They were trying to take my belt and my pants. That's for sure. Oh, you like the sour apple?
Sour apple.
No, that was definitely a fun night. That was great.
All right, R.I.P. Nightmare on Edgewood.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Rip. You know, some good haunts just they end. I
You
mean,
know what? It can't last forever. Can't
No.
last forever. Then you go through your glory years, and then you just peak. You know.
yep. But there's always room for more because guess what? Every year a new haunt opens.
Yeah.
One closes, but another one opens. So the
Yeah.
industry is not going anywhere anytime soon. We survived COVID. We could survive anything at this point.
COVID was interesting. Ugh.
we got caught on Nightmare on Edgewood like right off that intro. Got caught on that one. Oh yeah.
It's okay. But yeah, so Tom, what got you started in the industry?
I mean, I'll just be honest. Failing relationship. So a lot of people know that I do wrestling, and one of my trainers at the time was a queue line actor, an outside actor for Basement of the Dead. He had been there for years. He was even there before the current owners had it. It was him and his brother. So his name was Zamiel. His brother's name was Alucard. His brother did like a vampire, and he did this like male Harlequin. And I just failing relationship, and I just an angry, pissed off. I don't even know how old I was at the time. I forget that part, but I was just aggravated and just didn't want to be home. So he recommended I come out to the haunt, audition, go through that, and that ended up helping. And I just kept coming back. So yeah, failing relationship needed a way to get that aggression out. That just something to occupy my time. So
That's what haunting does. You fall in love with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you fall in love with it. I think it becomes more of an addiction.
it's a love-hate
And
relationship.
you don't know how to.
Yeah.
You don't know how to pinpoint that addiction. You're like, oh, it's that dopamine hit of like hiding around the corner, waiting for my friend to like pop out and scare me. And
It's a love-hate relationship. You love to hate it, but you hate to love it.
yeah,
Yes. When it becomes the 9 to 5 feeling, yeah, but you keep coming back.
yeah.
And it ain't for the money, I'll tell you that. It's for the dopamine.
Not always for that fucking sweet dopamine hit. Just give me one more.
I'm just naturally an asshole, and I
Give me
just
one more hit.
I just got to land in a very fun role with me and my my personality, my natural personality. So it just works. It works for me.
Exactly. Emma, how did you get started in the industry?
So I first started, I want to say it was back in 2013 was the first haunt that I ever worked at. So I wanted to work at one with my acquaintance that I met in high school, which she became one of my friends. Her name is Johanna. And she was this amazing makeup artist. She worked at this one out in Mazan. I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember the name of this haunt out in Mazan, Illinois. But it was like 20 minutes away from my house. I lived out in the boonies. I grew up out in Seneca, Illinois. I grew up next to a nuclear power station. So all of our water was tainted. No, I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't. Yeah, I pretty much thought my family was the Simpsons. And I wanted to be like Lisa Simpson. No, I'm just kidding. So I wanted to act at this haunted house, and I remember asking her in high school. And I said, "Hey, I want to try out for the haunted house, but I don't really know how, and I don't really know anybody all that much." She goes, "Oh, here, show up to auditions." She gave me a little pamphlet, I remember, and I was too nervous, and I never went. So I missed my opportunity to like start off like where she started off. And then it wasn't until like one night I was just like bored in my room. And I remember like texting my friend Dalton, and I was like, bored, someone entertain me. And then he swiped up on my story. Don't remember if it was like Snapchat or something. He was like, "Hey, come out to haunt with me at Abyss Haunted House out in Shanahan, Illinois. Wear all black and just show up." So I'm like, okay, so at least I knew him there. So I felt more comfortable because I knew someone that was already there. So I wear all black, black leggings, black t-shirt, black shoes. And then I show up and I meet Paul Niemeyer for the first time. And then I get to meet RJ Hermanowitz, and he was my makeup artist. So he did up my face. They put me in a scene where I was a vampire. So they contoured my cheekbones, made my cheekbones look all fresh and cut. And then they put me in this little scene, and it was right after, like, I remember hearing a toilet scene, and a bunch of people would get sprayed with the water out of the toilet, and they go, oh, what the hell was that? And then they'd come through another hallway where it was like 2 caskets on either side, but one casket would burst open, and it was all these like candelabras, and it felt like you were walking through like a funeral home. And then they'd come to my hallway where I'd be staring them dead in the face. They looked like they were going to walk through me, like where my little archway was, but I'd have to open a little casket that there was like a dead guy attached to get them to like walk through that doorway. So it'd block off like where I'd see them walk by, but I could still see the rest of the group coming by. And then it wasn't until later I started showing up more often, and they're like, hey, we got you these UV contacts. So they got me these contacts, and Paul was like, we installed this black light. So you just hit that black light and you come up out of the darkness, and you show them how your eyes glow. And I was like, okay, sounds cool. All right. And then I remember like hearing some of the nights that we'd get the Civil War reenactors coming through, because we were right across from a pumpkin farm that also ran like a whole facility thing. So the Civil War reenactors would come through sometimes, and they were super pissed drunk. They were pissed drunk. And so we'd get one guy who came through to be like, hey, Civil War reenactors coming through. Hey, the reenactors are coming through. And they're like, okay, keep your distance. And so like that was like our first encounter with like the really drunk crowd. And so like we knew like, all right, we're just going to parade them through. Like they're here. They're having a good time anyway. Either way, they're having a good time. So we were just parading them through. So that was my first like haunted house I ever started at. And then I ended up quitting there. I was working with a band for a little bit, and then I quit with the band. And then I started dating this person who lived up in Aurora, Illinois. So then he was like, hey, I'm going to auditions for Basement of the Dead, which is the haunt that I work at. Do you want to come with? I was like, yeah, sure. So I go down there, and I had some like crappy like tissue paper, like latex glue and like Elmer's glue on the back of my hand to show that I do some makeup. And I was like, hey, I'm also interested in trying out for your makeup thing. I want to do makeup stuff. And they're like, yeah, sure. And also you have blue hair. Would you like to be a clown? I said, I hate clowns. I don't want to be a clown. I hate clowns. I said, I heard you have a Silent Hill room, and I really want to be a nurse. This is my costume. And I said, I have my own costume. I have my own mask. I want to help do makeup, and I want to be in this room. And they're like, okay. So then I tried out for makeup. Cool. Got on with that. And then I ended up working there for like 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. So from 2014 until 2020. Yeah. And then they got the new facility. They got Disturbia, which is out in Downers Grove. Worked for them out there for a long time.
Till 2023.
Wanted to change the scenery. We had a lot of friends over at Hellsgate. So then we went over to Hellsgate. And then, that's where we are right now.
What's cool up there in the Chicago area, especially, there's so many big pro haunts, award-winning pro haunts up there, just in the Chicago area. Not just, Illinois spread out does, but like just the Chicago area just has so many. And not just pro haunts. There's a lot of award-winning home haunts up that region too. And what's great is you guys all network together. And that's what I love about up there.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing something that said Illinois has the most haunted houses in the country, or at least like top 5 states that has the most.
Yeah, you guys are within the top 5. Absolutely. Yeah. So number 1 is Ohio, and Pennsylvania is right after. And I want to say you guys are probably 3 or 4 on that list. but it's just like the Chicago area has the most like in like
close knit. Yeah.
yeah,
You can
in the
literally
close
drive
tight
like
knit.
20 miles in one direction, hit 3 haunts. 20
Oh, yeah.
miles in another direction, hit 2 more haunts. And then on your way home, hit 1 more and you're good.
You can easily count
Yeah.
your entire 2 hands just off of Chicago.
My
alone.
2 hands.
Yes.
Yeah. 10. Unless you're missing fingers.
My
then,
2 hands.
Because I would say the next city that's like that would be Philadelphia. And then even the Pittsburgh area is kind of like that too, where there's so many big haunts all in just within driving distance from each other, very close, where you can hit multiple haunts a night. If you're a normal haunt enthusiast where you want to do multiple haunted houses in one night, you can do haunt tours and stuff like that. That's how it works up in those areas. While like with Ohio, all of them were like very separate from each other. Some are close to each other, but most of them are just separate, spaced all throughout the state.
Yeah.
But that's what's great about Chicago is the area itself, because you can also go up to Milwaukee's not far either. And you can still go a little bit further out from Illinois when you're going, you know, out in the middle of cornfield area. That's, yep. And then right there, Indianapolis is right there. So, I mean, and then really Michigan's not far from you guys either.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's the thing I love about the Midwest when it comes to being a Midwest haunter versus being a Southern haunter or an East Coast haunter. When you're further up in the East Coast, yeah, the states get smaller and they're a lot more clustered. But when you go further down, the states get bigger. Out here in the Midwest, yeah, the further out you go west, the bigger the states are. But here in the Midwest, man, I mean, there's just so many haunts, big name haunts, just all clustered in together, and everything's within driving distance.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people are like, you know, with the stuff that I do and with the stuff that we do, like just doing like random costume stuff. It's like, all right, we're throwing it together for a weekend. Or, you know, I got the makeup stuff that I do. A lot of people ask, they're like, you know, people outside of the industry, they're like, why aren't you in Hollywood? Why aren't you in Hollywood? I was like, fuck Hollywood.
Every day.
Man, everything's out here. And I was like, why can't here be like mini Hollywood? That's pretty much what it is. And I was like, fuck Hollywood. It's going to be out there, dog eat dog. Nobody wants to get anybody bookings for anything. They're all gatekeeping it because they don't want you to get a gig. They want to make all the money on the gig. No, I don't want to move out to LA. Ugh, gross.
Not only that, CGI took over everything in the early 2000s, and now AI is taking over everything. While in the haunt industry, we're still far from that. AI, I know, is taking over advertisements. So me as a marketer and stuff like that, I got to keep up with obviously starting to use AI for a lot of marketing strategies. But when it comes to haunted house in general, an AI robot is not going to replace an actor. Nothing's going to ever replace the live actor. I talk about this all the time here on the show. Nothing will ever replace the live actor. Nothing. Yeah. It doesn't matter how advanced.
Help with projection mapping and stuff that they do on the ceilings for you to like look up and like be like, oh, that's a really cool way they utilize the technology for in this haunt, but not to make a whole technology haunt. All right, now it's kind of scary because now I'm like, okay, where's our future going? Is this where it's going? Is where all of our future and hard work is going? Is just into all this technology?
Not every haunt can be a Disney World and Universal with 4D experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they tried that with the virtual reality and it didn't go very far. It's still very cool concept and idea, but in the haunted house industry, practical effects are always going to be the number one thing to use. Animatronics are getting better and better as in more fluent and more realistic, but there's still a person behind it that's building that and someone who has to work on it. You know, those working in the haunted house, you have a specific team within your haunt that's their job is to work on those animatronics. When the animatronic goes down, their job is to go in there and fix it. So when it's down, well, what replaces the animatronic when it's down? Well, the live actor is the one that's got to take, you know, make up for that space that's now lost. And again, they're just the wow factor. They have a space within the industry, absolutely, but it's the wow factor. You will never replace the live actor ever. And yes, I will die on that hill.
100%. You want to open up an all prop haunt? Cool. We'll see how many people like actually go there, but all right.
There's plenty of haunts that are like that have tons of animatronics, tons of special effects, which are cool, but customers want the live actor because the actor is never the same. The experience is always different. Actors can do a similar thing over and over, but eventually they're going to get bored of that and they're going to try something new. It's never the same experience. The actor does not do the same emotion every single time. They got to change it up, especially with different customers. You got the big guy, you got the small guy, you got the person who's an easy scare, then you got the one where you can't get nothing out of them.
Yeah. I like to poke fun at those people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody boo this guy. Boo.
As actors, who was like your favorite type of person to scare?
You go first.
I don't want to say the obvious, so I'm not going to. Especially
I knew that's why I asked this question. I love it. Everyone's reaction is always, man, I don't want to say that.
The super jumpy one.
Wow. Okay. Put me on the spot. You know, the most non-PC person we know. Put on the spot. Okay. I'll say the hard ass types are the fun ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh yeah, you get joy out of the hard ass ones.
Yes. I get a lot of joy. I get a lot of joy at getting like the hard asses, the drunks. Every haunt we've ever acted at is always like, you know, keep an arm's length away. Don't put yourself in the danger zone. I sit here and go, nah, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't care about fight or flight, I'm all about the fight. Let's go.
Same. I'm toxic like that.
I mean, you're a chainsaw actor, so you get it. I am too. Someone swings on me, I've got 20 pounds. I can swing right back at them.
Right.
So, I mean, that and a hot exhaust pipe will do some nice damage in a well-placed area. The hard asses are the easiest. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But I think you kind of can figure it out.
I like messing with the old people.
Oh,
everyone always likes to bring people. Everybody's got that one grandma and grandpa that come through. And I always love messing with them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to kind of feel bad if I give them a heart attack. But you know what? It's going to be the best heart attack they ever going to be.
It's going to be a $40 heart attack they didn't know they were getting.
I like messing with the, depending on which character I'm in, I like the party drunk chicks. But like the ones that are there to have a good time.
When they're coming.
The ones that are like, like they straight up twerking and grabbing on everything. Because then that's when they start grabbing on actors that they don't know what their age is. And hey, you can get prostituted too, girl. Okay, all right, we can't do that. But I like the ones that are there to have fun, especially if I'm in Zoe mode. Love the girls that are gonna hype up the other girlies. I love those girls. Love like when they're super into like, hey, you know, like here's my husband, like, you know, fuck with him. And it's like, okay, you know, but how interactive is he? If they're super fun to work with, like I like always going after and like, I don't know, I kind of like baiting the girls and then like poking fun at the guys, like baiting the girls, like I'm gonna take her away from that. Is so funny to me. It's so funny.
I love it when they're coming from like Halloween parties or homecoming. So they're all dressed and dolled up and they come up in their 6-inch pumps and stilettos. Now, granted, I wear those religiously, but I know do not wear those at the haunt. If you're going to wear heels at a haunt, you wear a chunky fat heel or a wedge, something that you could run in if you know what you're doing. Yeah. But no one, not even professionals, not even drag queens, are going to run in their pumps and stilettos, like if you're running for your dear life. So those are the ones where I see them get off and I'm like, oh, I'm breaking heels tonight.
We're breaking heels today.
And the best is where I find them in the queue line at the end of the haunt. I'd be like, hey, you drop this and be a piece of their heel or the whole shoe. We put it up as a collection one year because there was like 5 shoes we found. I'm like, let's put them up on the shelf as trophies.
Part of me, I feel like a real big softie now, because like if people get like are too like jumpy and they're like jumping around everywhere, like getting freaked out, like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna back off because I really don't want to cause a lawsuit here, because like someone's gonna land on somebody's kid and they're gonna end up with a broken arm, broken ankle, broken.
Oh, that happened.
Something.
That happened this year. You were in Ireland. That happened.
Oh yeah, I know, but I don't want to be the one that causes that. As much as it's a story for later on that night, I don't want to be the one that causes that. I'll be like, oh,
hey man,
rookie.
hey man, they're told before they enter that haunt, do not run.
Still
Read the fine print.
Yeah.
Read the fine print.
And there's an asshole like me just stalking,
Yeah.
waiting.
Okay.
What was the story that you?
I didn't know which one you were gonna tell. If that struck up a story, it looked like it struck up a little memory in your head.
The shoe part? No.
Not the shoe part.
Which one?
Just being in party gown wear or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, So there's this group of black drunk women walking through, and
The best.
oh, just wait. So part of this story results in me getting fucked up
Mhm.
Mhm.
from the group following this group, but we'll get to that. So this group apparently was tying one on the bus. They're wearing their best like Party City furry boots and
The
hooker
furry
wear,
Not the furry boots.
and you know,
Define hooker wear, Tom.
like
What's
Gene
hooker wear?
Simmons stiletto boots,
Okay.
Nice.
Like,
That's not hooker wear.
stripper
With the furry
boots. And,
boots. Fishnets, skirt too
I,
short,
well,
going
I
all
wouldn't say fishnets, but there was a lack of clothes going on in this story. So they started out wearing clothes. By the time they got out to me in the woods at Hell's Gate, some articles have either gone missing or didn't come off. For anyone who's walked through Hell's Gate, you walk through the cemetery, you go through on. Now they got the mausoleum.
I bet you walk out there, it's all on the tree branches through the woods. Or
I
a
know.
couple actors are like, hey, look what I found.
But by the time they would get to me, this was my first year. So I was just on Chainsaw Alley. So you'd walk out of what I would call the coffin barn, where the walls are in form of coffin, all that, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And then you're just walking down. They call it Scarecrow Alley, but it's Chainsaw Alley. It's the last stretch you get before you get to the big gates before you walk up to the mansion. I don't know the term of the female wear where it's got the snaps in the taint area.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently all this chick was wearing.
It's like a onesie.
And she's probably a hefty 280, 5'6", drunk. This thing was not snapped. It was also probably like 8:30 towards the end of the season. And these girls, like, there's probably a group of 4 of them. And the one person that's on the trail with me is in Scarecrow garb. I think they're like 18. So they're seeing some stuff. And these girls are twerking, doing spins. And at one point, to quote Butters from South Park, all I saw was a pair of Joker lips. So I had to do a double take, and I ran all the way up the hill so I could get this group again and to verify what I saw was true. And I did.
To verify.
The dumbfounded, we're like,
Yeah, to verify.
is it just dark? Has it been a long night? Am I okay? Oh, I gotta go back.
Didn't know I ordered Arby's, but that's what I found.
Not the roast beef.
It-
The roast beef.
it was
The
bad.
roast beef flipping in the wind.
It was quite bad. So I get back to the trail, and the one kid on the Scarecrow block is like, "What was that?" I was like, "That was a drunk black bitch with her just beaving, just straight up beaving."
Straight beaving it. Straight
It was
beaving
all
it.
out.
And it was probably a brisk like 48 degrees.
Oh,
So
cold on top of that.
yeah. So there's that. And then the next group coming through, the first Chainsaw actors right out the gate where they you'd walk out of the coffin barn. Scares the shit out of this. It's probably like 5'4", little Asian girl. And she had a good 100 feet to just go as fast as she could. And she did. So I'm looking head on, talking to the one after. And so I did a hard left with my chainsaw to my right. So if they ran into me, they weren't going to hit the saw. They'd hit my shoulder. Well, I did my turn. I ripped my chainsaw to go. And then the next thing I noticed is this girl is not looking where she's going. I've got my cowboy hat, so I look through the brim. So I'm looking through the brim. She can't see my face, and I just her forehead goes right into my nose. She knocks my moonstruck completely out. If I wasn't wearing my moonstruck, she would have knocked my teeth out. Normally, I do not wear fake teeth or prosthetic teeth. The night before, I chipped my tooth. So I wore my moonstrucks to protect my teeth. Just my uppers. She hit me as hard as she was going full speed. Hit me, hit the bridge of my nose. So you're automatically, your legs just go, all fucking noodly. And she hits the ground. I'm spaghetti legged, but I'm still like trying to act, but I just don't got my bearings. I'm like a fresh born deer, just all over the place. We get through the group. The other chainsaw actor comes up. He's like, "You okay?" I was like, "Nope," and I just collapsed. So, yeah, I got knocked out by a 5'2" little Asian girl going full speed because some 280 fat black bitch decided she wanted to beeve the world.
Beeve the world.
Where has it? You fell inside the haunt. And in a room of black, all you could see was pink. She starts, and then she got in a fight on the bus on the way back and was completely naked.
We heard about that afterwards up in the bunker. It was one of the bunker stories of the night.
She got completely naked and tried to fist fight somebody on the bus.
Yeah.
Nice.
More clothes gone by the time she was heading home.
Yep.
I hope she woke up with the worst headache. With the worst, absolute worst. In the meantime, at the same time, so I was Zoe.
Yeah.
I was Hellsgate Zoe for my first time ever because I had asked Johnny that night. I said, hey, I know you have your preferences on color and characters and people that you bring in. I said, would you be okay if I did this? I said, I've been working on it. It's all black and white themed. There's hardly any color because it's all black and white.
Yeah, I think the color is your name on the back of the jacket.
Yeah, with some pink in it.
Pink and purple.
Because I'm gonna have my pink. Okay. So I asked him, I was like, could I be Zoe for the night? And I literally went upstairs to go retouch my lips because I was gonna go out and see Tom on the trail because he had not seen me in my full get up like when I got it all together. And so I'm coming up the stairs and I have these stupid little things in my shoes that every time I'm going up the stairs, it sounds like what? They're like those little So I got those in my shoes and you can hear my stupid little feet walking up the stairs. I get up there and Michaela, who's like one of the lead makeup artists after Anthony leaves, she's like, hey, your man's over there dying in the corner. I said, what? What the hell? What the hell happened? She goes, he got his shit rocked. He got knocked the fuck out. And I was like, what? So then I go around and I see Tom wiping off his paint, wiping off his face makeup. I was like, you never get hit. I said, what the hell happened? It was fucking.
Now, I didn't want to finish out. The medic at Hell's Gate advised I don't go back out because I told him I was concussed. I've been concussed enough times to know what's going on. Like, you put a flashlight in my eyes, like, no, turn that off, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
He did the whole, this. He did the short-term memory thing. I'm like, no, just, I'm fucked. I know I'm messed up. Give me 15 minutes to get my bearings. Give me some water. I've already got pain meds through me, so I'll go back out. Johnny comes in. He's like, he asked the medic, so what's the verdict? He's like, I advise he don't go out. Johnny looks at me, and I told him, I want to go back out. It's only like 8:20. We'd only been working for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then it happened to me probably 45, 50 minutes in. So by the time Johnny comes up to me, we're, about an hour and 20 minutes into the haunt. He looks at me and he's like, I can't have you go back out there. I was like, okay. He's like, are you good to drive? I was like, well, me and M drove separate. So I would prefer not to if that's the case. He's like, so you'd rather go back out and haunt, but you don't want to drive? I was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm in garb. Let me just go. And he's like, no, I can't let you do that. I was like, okay. So for the rest of the night, I went up in the bunker and I napped while everybody was out doing their thing. And yeah, so that sucked.
Hey man, it does suck when you get hurt and haunt, but you gotta be safer than sorry.
It takes a lot to put me down. I didn't get like knocked out. I got knocked stupid. I got my bell rung. The lights were on. No one was home.
Yep.
Like, okay. Yeah.
I've seen that, and I've seen it in my best guys too. And I'm like, what happened? It's always the ones I don't expect to get hit or to have that happen to them. And the ones that I do expect that to happen, nothing happens. And I'm like, what? That's the one I expect. That's the accident prone one.
What's funny is, so I got knocked stupid out in Scarecrow Alley, the Chainsaw area. And my partner that was there that night had to call it in. So he's calling in, we got a code, Tom, need Tom on the trail. They're like, well, what happened? What happened? Tom got fucked up. They're like, what? They hear I got fucked up. So what happens? They have 8 people because they don't believe I got messed up. They think
whole cavalry came. Whole cavalry came for the rescue.
Where's the injury? And they point at me. They're like, Tom? They're like, yeah. Like, he got met. They all started laughing. I had 8 people laughing at me.
Terrible.
They're like, how the fuck does this happen? The big bad wrestler guy gets knocked out. How'd that happen? I look at him like, she was 5'2", going full speed, hit me in the middle of the head.
I couldn't stop her. I couldn't.
Some
My hands were tied. I couldn't stop her.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there have been times where I've had rushers coming at me.
Oh yeah.
And I played hockey for 14 years. Open ice checking is nothing to me. So I just turn, drop my shoulder, and just drop them.
Yep.
I did not have the opportunity to even attempt that.
Nope.
And if I would have done that, I probably would have messed her up pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she hit me full speed and she went down. She got back up and continued running.
Yeah.
But
she felt that later. I'll tell you that. She felt that later.
All because of big black
Big mama got her.
She wanted to be drunk and beeve the world.
Hoochie mama.
Hoochie mama. Hoochie mommy.
Some of these customers that come through haunt, some of the wildest outfits they would wear, and I'm like, you went out in public because you went somewhere before you came here to the haunt.
I know. I feel like I'm
that.
like, you're wearing that out of the house,
right?
I remember a night when we were still at Disturbia. I was a breaker, and we walked right out of. Okay, I'm trying to remember what was before the pumpkin maze. That was no, not the snake barn. Well, nonetheless, you'd get up to the pumpkin maze. They have the big pumpkin guy, and then I walking through, and some chick at some point in the night decided to hang her panties on the hand of the Pumpkin King. So as he's moving around his arms, these panties or thong or whatever are just swaying, and I'm like.
That's swinging the panties.
I'm like, oh, that's a thing. So yeah.
Hey, the Pumpkin King got some action that night.
Glad you did not have a sniffing sound. That would have been bad.
Hold on, let me look through.
Deep sniff.
Yep, no, they're just hanging on his fingers, just swinging.
I had an actor one night ask me that. He's like, hey, would it be okay if I had like, dirty panties that I could like flung at customers and stuff? And I'm like, no, no. Even if they're clean, it's just makeup dirt. No, that's just no, because I will punch you in the face and I'm your manager. So imagine what a customer's
can-
gonna do.
We can tell the story. We just won't mention names. So,
Oh, this is bad. I can see it on Emma's face.
we did. So every Christmas event, we will guest act at Massacre.
Yes.
And one of the years, one of the actors who's been making a name for himself and doing pretty well and getting really creative, did a priest get up.
I know. I think I know who this is.
He starts pulling out. He went to the dollar store like Goodwill and bought children's underwear. And made them look like they were soiled or like there was like
not dressed as a priest. Oh, I know who.
Priest with little boy and girl underwear and made it look like they were spunk all over the crotches. And he's like handing them out to customers.
Like there was shit and pissy.
Oh my god!
Well, he did this bit where like he looked like he was like going to dig in his pockets, and then it accidentally fell out, and then he was like trying to like scramble to get it back in his pockets, like knowing that the audience saw. And it's like, bro.
There's a little pecker crack on the
Oh my god. It was so funny. It was so fucking funny. It's so funny. The scenario's wrong, but it's so funny.
And I know exactly who you're talking about too.
But it's like, you know, same with like haunting, like doing a character that's out there is like doing comedy. It's like doing you're doing your best rendition of like the most fucked up things in this world that you can bring into an artistic form, an artistic aspect. It's all just a different dimension on how we're looking at it. Now, some people, like, you know, let's say, for instance, people at fucking Haunted Hoochie, all right?
I was about to say that. Haunted Hoochie, there's a guy that wears a chicken on his dick and calls it his cock ring.
Exactly. Like, there's people, like, dressed up as Nazis, and, like, they're doing just, like, a weird rendition of things that, like, okay, that's actually really fucking, that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
There's a guy who's literally humping a sheep.
Yeah.
In a scene. Like, it's just, okay, that's a thing.
How have we not gone there yet?
I don't know. It's the time. It's the time. Yeah. Places that we want to go. Definitely number one, Haunted Hoochie. Haunted
Hoochie is great.
We want to go to walk through, but I also kind of want to do a night there.
I don't want to ever do a fucking night there. I feel like I'll leave and I'll have to take, even if nothing touches me, I'll have to take a pregnancy test. I'll have to take a fucking STD
It's
test.
not that bad.
I'll have to get a tetanus shot before going.
The tetanus shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
I'm gonna need a lot of medical forms before and coming back from that place.
I will tell you, personal experience with Haunted Hoochie, it's not as bad as people say. I mean, there's been some crazy stories. I know several haunters have had different, you know, you want bad.
It's bad.
So, Haunted Hoochie, we want to trek out Woods, and then we also wanted to trek out Laurels.
You named all three bangers right there.
And then we've also got a lot of friends out at Arcs that have been trying to get us there for the last 2 years.
Penhurst. Want to go to Penhurst.
Yep.
Want to go to Dent's Schoolhouse.
Yep. All bang. You're just going off the banger list right there. You got to check out Blood Prison and Mansfield if you haven't been out there yet.
We've actually got the opportunity to work at Blood Prison.
We were out there for Incarceration, which 2000.
This was the year after COVID, so that was 2021.
Yeah, so 2021. I remember like looking at tickets for this, and I was like, "Oh, this is so fucking cool! Hell yeah!"
$200 a ticket, so we weren't gonna miss it. We invested $400. Our drive there sucked dick.
Yeah,
because I had a COVID card. I went and bought cardstock. I copied my dad.
I don't know if you can say all this.
I did it too.
So
and I work in the medical field.
I found the format on Google. I put the information in. whatever. Like I was selling these things to my friends. I didn't care. She forgot hers that I made her.
No, I didn't have one.
Oh.
But it said like on the thing, like you needed to have a
Yeah.
24-hour clean bill of health. So we had to stop at a Minute Clinic.
It took 3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a quarter of the way there, we had to stop at a Minute Clinic so I could get just some type
doctor's
of
note.
bill of health
A doctor's
for a 3-second show on my phone for them to say, yeah, you're good, go in.
And we get there, we get to ink the first day. They're not even looking or asking for these things.
They're not looking.
No, it's a concert. Why would you do that?
So, but
So we go the first day, we walk around the concert. Concert's amazing. Amazing. We decided so we had what was Friday night? We got out there Friday night or
we got out there Friday. We got to see Steel Panther, which I've wanted to see for the longest time. I mean, if you don't know who Steel Panther is, it's just the raunchiest fucking like tribute band ever.
It was one of their good songs. It was
Eating Isn't Cheating, Community Property,
Hole in the Wall.
Glory Hole,
Glory
Asian
Hole.
Hooker.
Hilarious. So
I'm
funny.
definitely looking this up afterwards.
Their music videos. Hold on, look up Community Property.
It's-
That one's
yeah.
so funny.
They just came out with one for Mother's Day. Said, "I'm gonna fuck your mom." I got to see a 12-year-old boy see some woman's tits because of Steel Panther, and not because she flashed them at the kid. She flashed the band, and the camera put it on the big old projector boards. So all you saw,
so the kid's looking at the TV going,
big old titties, and I saw this 12-year-old kid going.
And also, like, as that was happening, his dad was raising him up, so he was like crowd surfing, but he was just crowd surfing within like his own like little crew. So it was like so fun. That was so cool.
oh,
And then what is it? Somebody's wheelchair was
We-
also
so
getting crowd surfed.
During
But
we
we didn't know
Slipknot.
where the person
Oh,
was.
you know.
No, they were in the wheelchair.
Oh, they were in the wheelchair.
During Slipknot,
I've seen it.
The crowd surfed a guy in a wheelchair. I don't know how they got him past the barrier. There was a guy that was pissing us off. So I just looked at our friends and I went like this. We just picked them up and crowd surfed them out of our area. We saw one person crowd surfing another person who was getting crowd surfed. So they were
Yes.
standing on the person's
Nice.
back while they were surfing.
On top. That was pretty insane. Crowd surf for my first time for Rob Zombie.
Hell yeah.
That was the first time either one of us crowd surfed.
Yeah.
And we proceeded to crowd surf another like 9 or 10 times after that.
And then we got to see
We saw-
Mudvayne
We got to watch Mud Chips.
out of retirement.
They were fucking god awful. And I would have rather watched a quadriplegic have the runny shits downhill
Downhill.
than listen to this bullshit music.
I feel like they should have taken some.
Is that because I don't like Mudvayne
No,
or
no,
because
no.
you're agreeing with me?
That's the agreement. That's the
Now, Mudvayne back in their prime, they were
They
good.
were good.
but-
I mean, when
They were fucking.
when the
good.
only thing they were good for was the soundtrack to
Falling.
Ghost Ship.
I'm not
Yep.
falling down. Not falling.
hey, that is still a banger song to this day.
It is. But when they performed it live and
I know.
in
Good thing I never heard them live. I've seen YouTube, but I don't count that. I'll be like, no, YouTube's not live. That's a playback.
Mud Chips.
in a black and white clown spirit costume, the polyester.
Why?
Sammy.
Oh, what?
Sammy.
Oh,
Sammy. It was so bad. It was so bad.
I'm
We're in
imagining
front of-
it.
We're in front of an amazing the atmosphere of like seeing like the main stage and then the prison up alongside.
Yeah, you're at
Like,
Incarnation.
we're out there.
Like,
we're out
you're
there
at the
hanging
show.
out. We're hanging out with the Warden's widow. We're out there with Dembski
and his son.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one, couple other actors that we got to get cool with, and we're just watching mud shits. Just
And
Choke,
a little
yeah.
bit louder than we should
Like
be.
I said,
We're
early-
kind of like going like, oh shit, like is he supposed to be sounding like this? Is he all right? Because he sounds pretty winded. And then we got some people like turning around. They're like, "Shut up!
They're
Just shut up!"
They're just motherfucking me. And I was like,
Ooh.
"What are you yelling at me for? Yell at the guy on stage. He
They're past their
sucks."
prime. They're past their prime. They were bangers back in the early 2000s, but
They're in the
unfortunately,
twilight of their career.
a lot of bands do that though. That's the one thing people don't get. They're like, guys, Count Our Blessings that Corey Taylor still sounds good.
Yeah, right.
That Slipknot was a lot of fun to watch.
Or Rammstein.
Yep. And Rob Zombie himself. Like, you guys are lucky that these guys still got it. You know how many
old is
good.
Rob Zombie now? He's fucking 70.
No,
Are you sure?
he ain't 70. He's probably
I would have to look that up. I know he's up there.
I want to say he's probably mid-60s.
Yeah.
But so working the prison Saturday night. So
61.
He's 61.
He's 61.
I told you he wasn't 70.
I thought he was 70.
So they started out with 13. No, they started out with like 20 some actors. Saturday, they were down to 15 or 13. Sunday, the day we worked with them, they were down to 9 actors for the entire prison. We had been talking with Dembski and them and their makeup artist. I think his name is Matt Shields. I think. They knew we were there. We had talked to them every day. We were meeting up with them early because we just wanted to hang out.
Oh yeah.
And I looked at him. I was like, "Hey man, you guys like." They told us the numbers that they had, and we were like, "We're here. Like, we'll help you guys out. You don't got to pay us. Like, we're here." And Dembski, it was telling us, he's like, "I don't have a problem with it. Let me see, yada yada yada." Lo and behold, they let us do it. And then Dembski comes up to us. He's like, "I'm gonna break one of my big rules. I do not let couples work together. I do not normally put them in a room together. It just causes drama. They don't act. They yada yada yada."
I have the same rule.
But he put us together. We worked their boiler room scene, kind of like a crematorium.
Yep.
I mean, we're in there, and I wear contacts. I didn't have my contacts. I had my glasses. And at one point, like, I start out with a mask. I could not fucking see. I was steaming up. It was bad. So we took that off. We put makeup on me, yada, yada. She was in the getup they gave her. By the end of the night, I'm, like, grabbing her by the back of the head. I'm throwing her in a killing scene. I'm just yelling at her like, "Shut up, bitch!" And I'm slamming the door on her, and she's screaming. They've got like the meat grinder, like wood chipper prop.
Yep.
I'm throwing her in there. She's doing her thing. Like, I put her in a laundry basket, and I flipped her into the kiln. Like, or the crematorium. Like, we're just being stupid. Like, I'm finding valve wheels on the wall, and I'm just turning them. Just being
Just random.
Like,
You find what you can and you work with it.
It's just an ambient prop. Just, all right, well, it turns. All right, I'm just going to spin this. Oh, hey, fuck this room. And
the ship's going down.
Crazy. Yeah. And, like, at one point, like, Dembski's walking in, and he's just sitting in the back corner just watching, just laughing. By the end of the night, he comes up to us, like, in wrestling, there's the term, get your hot dog in a handshake.
Yep.
So he comes up to us. He's like, "All right, guys." He's like, "I really appreciate you guys helping out." He's like, "When you guys are changed, come upstairs and get dinner." I was like, "Dinner? What?"
Yeah, they feed their people.
They take us behind the prison, and there's a food truck there, and we all got like our hot dogs and shit. And I was just like, "All right, this is pretty cool." And then we got to do the tour for Shawshank.
Yeah, what's pretty cool about that? So like, as we're in the back courtyard. So we're sitting in the courtyard of the Ohio State Reformatory, but in the backyard, you could see the new prison of what they have that was built, and it's overlooking the old reformatory. So I'm like, that's crazy. You could probably see prisoners, or prisoners could see us,
and they do
big old festival right out of their window.
Yep.
Hey, that's crazy. That's
so.
nuts.
Their windows, they got them all like, the permanent fog up where they could see shadows and lights, but they can't see like detail or nothing. But they can hear that concert.
Oh, yeah.
They could probably feel the ground shaking because I have not yet had a chance to go out to Incarnation. I've been talking with Vic. It's definitely within the next couple of years. The past 2 years, I've been guest acting out there at Blood Prison. I mean, that place is insane. And it's even crazier during season because they got everything open.
Yeah.
So just the haunt goes on forever. It is a monster. That's what I was asking. I'm like, that is definitely a haunt that not only go visit, but also to guest act because it's just incredible place out there. And it's great. They have food trucks coming up, and then they also feed you there too. Someone's always cooking every night. So there's like crock pots sitting out filled with food. So it's great. But yeah, it's so funny with the actual correctional facility on the other side. And yeah, the first time I went there, I seen the inmates because I didn't know there was another correctional facility right next door. And all of a sudden I look out the back door and I'm like, oh,
no shit.
There's a prison over there.
Yeah.
And the inmates are sitting out in the courtyard and, we're just all just sitting up there. Everybody's just smoking a cigarette or sitting outside chilling while everybody's getting makeup and getting dressed. And we're just waving at them. And you can tell they're like, fucking weirdos.
You have no freedom.
They're just like, hi. Like, and of course the CO turns around and looks and we're like, we're just waving hi.
I'm playing you right now.
Yeah.
Right.
You're my
hey, I got a question. Do I look better in orange or blue?
or pinstripes?
Yeah. Do you like the pinstripes or do I look like a zebra? You look really good in yours though.
Tell me about the boy in the striped pajamas.
Hey, Betty, looks to me like you're on the side of the river.
Yeah.
That's how you get a hit put on you. Hey, when I shank a man, do I go under or over?
Over. And an upwards motion. We need a good upwards motion, a twist. We need a good twist with it.
And they just be looking at you like, what the fuck?
And when you shove a red hot poker up through his nose and you scramble things about it and rip it all out through their nostrils.
There you go. They're gonna be like, you watched too many 60 Days In.
What can I make with this toothbrush?
Yeah.
It's just on. We make a little podcast like, all right, 60 ideas you could do with a toothbrush.
There you go.
Should
be wild.
But yeah, so we've guest acted there. We've guest acted at Massacre,
Midnight Terror.
I've guest acted at Old Joliet, R.I.P.
Yep.
13th floor at the Schiller Park location.
I think I've only guest acted Massacre, Blood Prison, and MT.
And Midnight Terror.
Yeah, Midnight Terror. I don't think I've done anything else.
I did Eloise out in Michigan.
Eloise. Oh really my gosh. That year going out there for the MHC tour. Now, granted, that was the longest time I've ever been on a Greyhound bus. And I don't want to go through that again. Granted, it was fun seeing Eloise and Erebus and Hush. And we got to go on 8 Mile on our way up there. We were on Chris and Nicole's bus. So our bus was pretty chill. We played games, did prizes.
Who was the other bus? It was Tater and
we had Tater and then Alan Hops. So Eddie and Peggy over there with the Terror, they were on Alan's bus. They took naps apparently, so that was the old man bus. I was like, we didn't get a chance to sleep on our bus.
Yeah.
And then Tater's bus stopped at Walmart and was 2 hours late.
That's the drinking bus.
It is the party bus, but apparently they stopped at Walmart, I guess, to restock or someone forgot something. I was like, why'd you guys stop at Walmart?
At Wally World.
Stop at Wally World.
But speaking of Eloise, so we're leaving Eloise. So we're bus number 1. We try to keep the buses in order. Tater's bus is number 2. So we pull out first. Right on time, like perfect queue. And here comes 5 police cars with their sirens on. And they pull right into that driveway next to Eloise that goes further back. But they were pulling right in there. And I said, Nicole, call Tater right now and tell them, hey, they know about the drugs on your bus. All we see is Tater like answer his phone, get up real quick, and literally start shaking shoulders to the bus driver.
my
They
god.
know about the drugs on
They know
your
about the
bus.
drugs on the bus.
We just did to get Tater all paranoid. We mess with him because he's easy to mess with. So, but yeah, just because we know that is the party's bus, it's Tater's bus.
Mm.
We were like, they know about the drugs, Tater. The jigs is up. Oh shit. But yeah, Eloise was amazing. I got to get back up there to Michigan in the near future.
Well, I know there was some well, I mean, not to make this drama thing, but I know there was some shit that happened after that season, their full-blown season with that, because
Yeah.
we had some friends that were working up there, and then a whole big fucking thing happened where
Oh, some
basically
giant
everybody who was
lawsuit?
invested
Was out.
somebody skipped town with everybody's money and everybody's checks bounced.
I don't even know if we can really talk about it, to be honest.
Who the fuck cares? We weren't involved in the lawsuit. We just heard what it
It's all
came
third.
from.
It's all third person.
It is all third person, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, RIP
Believe-
for the Eloise that I knew.
Yeah. When it comes to those situations, I've seen it happen multiple times. I myself have been stuck in situations like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens in every business. It is not the Halloween industry as a whole. It happens in every single profession that there will be an incident that happens, something like that.
yeah.
But that's just the way the life is. One thing about it is they have recovered and they're doing better now. People that were originally involved now work for other haunts and they're happy.
Yeah.
I've had them on my show. We've talked a little bit about that. Obviously, it's something that has to do with legal action. And of course, it turns into drama. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things that do happen. But I'm happy to say that everyone that was hurt by what happened, people that didn't get paid, people that got caught up in legal action and stuff, everything has been taken care of and
Yeah.
everybody has moved on and everybody is doing great.
Good. Still
So-
doesn't help with the emotional turmoil that they went through and
Oh, I
having
don't.
that season end for them the way it did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess acted up there with Anthony Glenn, and we went up there and just had a fucking blast. Oh my god.
It was
There-
incredible.
The scenery to the color matching design to the props, like those. All right, if I could, oh my god, if I could skip town and leave town and join a haunt tomorrow, it would be that one. I swear to God, just for the amount of attention to detail that was just in there for the X-ray machine.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that was ever built and brought in, and then I got obsessed with looking up the history of that place
Oh yeah.
after I visited it. And then the surgery room, the surgery auditorium that they had, how they built that,
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
oh, so sexy. The what was it, the light therapy one, the
Mhm.
light therapy room, the exposure therapy to like all the props that had their eyes like being blasted open and all the like the TV monitors, the
Yep.
hydrotherapy. We got to go upstairs and we got to get us a special little looky-loo at the clawfoot tub that the one patient was allegedly died in.
Yep.
Because she had hydrotherapy done to her and they just left her up there for a few days. Turns out somebody who worked at the haunt actually got married at the haunt and then took photos in that bathtub upstairs.
Nasty.
don't-
I would have not gotten in that.
not the most tasteful wedding photos I would ever go for, but okay, to each their own. Hope nothing happens to your sock drawer in the middle of the night, but sure.
Right.
But just amazing fucking place. Holy shit. The amount of history that I ended up like just doing a deep dive in of looking up every single podcast. And I watched that really shitty horror movie that was also based on Eloise.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Don't even watch it. Don't watch it.
I've seen it and I know. I
Oh,
watch shows like, obviously you got Ghost Adventures, which is the most common one because they've been
Right.
to every single haunted location. So yeah, obviously their episode of Eloise, but also Destination Truth when they went there. Or was it Destination X? No, I think it was Destination Truth
mhm.
with Josh Gates.
Oh,
where
okay.
he did his episode with Eloise, and it's a 2-part. That was actually a really good documentary. And then of course you see the YouTube online documentaries and stuff like that. But what's really great about Eloise is you got its sister location, Penhurst. They are both
Yeah.
run by Jim Warner, and they have similar scenes and sections. Eloise, in at least for that night that we went, that thing was amplified. I mean, your whole body is shaking from the amps. It was
Mm.
incredible walking through there. And then really Penhurst is very, very similar to that because they're both within the same history of timeline. They were both open and operation at the same time. They both have the similar dark history. But what's cool about Penhurst though is that you take this small little road and you feel like you're being taken into an immersed world versus Eloise sits right off of a busy road and is
Yeah.
in kind of the middle of the city. Everything's developed around it. While with Penhurst, no, it sits in its own property. It's surrounded by nothing but trees. So you feel like you're brought into that immersed world.
Oh.
And most of Penhurst is still there. I mean, granted, there's buildings that have collapsed over the years and stuff like that. And there's tons of dilapidating buildings that are just there.
It
But
just adds to it.
Yeah.
it does. It adds to it. Versus like Eloise, you know, I did not realize how big the property used to be. They're like, oh no, that used to be as big as Penhurst at one point.
Yeah.
But once the city moved in and started developing, and then of course they had a major fire that took out half the property, they're like, no, this is pretty much what's left. Well, with Penhurst is able to survive a little bit longer, but yeah, definitely those two are the top best asylums. I do have a chance to go to Brighton this Halloween. So now I'm like, okay, that's another big one that's on that trilogy of like best like asylum theme haunted houses. But Penhurst and Eloise are real asylums that actually have back history.
Did you go to East Coast last year?
I've been going to East Coast since the first year in 24. So yeah, they did Penhurst this year and it was great. Though their scare factor props were down.
Yeah.
Guy was calling it out. I'm like, oh, there's a scare factor prop down. Oh, the dragon's not working.
We went to we went to Hershey Park. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But then the prison that they took us to in the middle of downtown.
Yep.
That was Penhurst?
No, that is Eastern State. Eastern State Penitentiary.
I was like, I'm like, I couldn't remember the name of it, but I was like, that was, I remember our bus driver had to do like 6 laps.
Oh yeah, because it's in the middle of downtown Philadelphia. Like
so weird. So freaking weird.
But back in those days, it was different.
It isn't hard enough to park in the middle of downtown already.
Oh,
but imagine a bus.
Had to keep doing rounds.
Yeah.
And keep doing rounds and rounds and rounds. What?
That's why I self-drove. Originally, I was going to take the bus, but I was like, I've been to Eastern State before, and I was like, there's no parking for a bus. You know what? I'm just going to take the car. And I'm glad that I did, because I was able to find parking with no trouble, but everybody else is like, no, we took the bus. And they said the same thing. The bus didn't stop. Or they're like, you got like 5 seconds to get, like they rushed everybody off the bus.
Yeah. And then we were waiting in that big ass line for like the longest time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Hershey Park was really cool. I really loved the what was their meat market, their butcher shop one, and then what was the one that had like a funeral director portion to it?
One there. Don't know.
I didn't get to go to Hershey Park last year either. I just did Field of Screams and Saturday night at the penitentiary last year.
Oh,
this year I actually did all 3 nights, and that was insane. We did get rained out with Shocktoberfest on Saturday, but you know what? Kudos out to them. They made it work. So even though the party was underneath the tent, so we were dry underneath that, the food was phenomenal, and the drinks that they brought in, everything was catered in. It was great. But shout out to the staff that worked in pouring down rain because they still had their hayride and everything.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Shocktoberfest and Pennsylvania.
Wet hayride.
Speaking with conventions, so with MHC this year, so like what are you guys like excited for this year's convention?
I'm excited for his seminar.
I usually don't get excited for conventions. I like to go see for my friends. Oh, hi, there's me. And Japes. So conventions for me, I don't really buy stuff. I don't really like look for stuff. Anything I need for my character, I make myself, or is genuinely just me.
But you gather ideas for it. Yeah.
Here and there.
More just like networking and drinking.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the best part.
I mean, they're already sitting here from Transworld this past year.
Oh yeah, he's got the communal.
I'm always known as the communal flask. So I'm pretty sure you pulled from this one.
Oh, absolutely.
And then there's always the Tom fucking Heisman flask that everybody pulls from. But no, this year is a little different. 4 years ago, Japes came to me with an idea he had that he's been trying to get off the ground for years, even longer than 4 since he's come to me. And it's all, what can pro wrestling teach the haunted house community, and how can your actors benefit from it? I feel like the moment Japes found out that I do professional wrestling, and I've now been doing it for 19 years. I'm 35. So the math, I started when I was 16. And, I've a treasure trove of information. I have forgotten more than I remember, especially in that industry with just getting hit in the head. CTE is a thing.
It is. It is.
So is memory loss. But Japes came to me 4 years ago. He's like, hey, I've got this idea. Do you think you'd be interested in helping me out with it? And I told him, hey, if you can get it greenlit, I'll help you out with it. Well, 4 years later, it got greenlit. So originally, from what I understand, it was supposed to be a seminar, but Transworld and MHC were finding it a little difficult to possibly be able to sell admissions to as a seminar, one of the paid seminars that you would get, pay admission to. So they came back to Japes, and Japes had already come back to me. He's like, hey, bad news. They shut the idea down. Like, it was originally greenlit, but they were just finding difficulty in being able to figure out how to do this. So I had already, I reached out to my Zap crew because I'm working with them as well. And I was like, hey, the seminar I was supposed to be a part of got nixed, so I can be with you guys the whole convention. Next day, I get a message from Japes. He's like, hey, they're going to let us do the class, but it's a free class now. And it's going to be on the main stage at MHC on Saturday at 3 p.m. They want to know, do you want to do a half hour or an hour? For me to kind of go about the syllabus that Japes has put together, a half hour is not, even an hour is too short for what
it is.
The information that I can kind of give. For anybody that's, come through basement when I was there, when I was working the church as the devil, or Disturbia when I was out in the, I wasn't a Q-line actor, but I was out there. I was a breaker. So I was in and out. And then obviously with Hellsgate, anyone who's coming through Hellsgate the last 2 years, especially this last year, I've been able to utilize a lot of the knowledge and skills that I use in professional wrestling, being able to read a crowd, redirect attention, and ways to not just sell the product, but sell myself within the product, where the easiest way to say is be there at MHC and actually just kind of listen to my brain. I'm not one to put a syllabus together and predetermine a speech and all that, because I can't do that. That's not how I operate. I shoot from the hip. I'm very straightforward, and I say what comes to mind. And the last couple days, it's just been, how do I dictate this? Because in my line of work with that, it's all by feel, listen, and see. We don't really communicate it. Now, we can, but I don't think a lot of people in the haunt industry can speak Carney. So,
No.
and that's one of the very lost, forgotten languages that we speak in wrestling, especially the guys that are the more the old school guys, where we can speak it back and forth. And people like kids nowadays, and even like I would say like our generations, a lot of them don't understand it. And it's Pig Latin. It's a dead language. No one really knows it unless you study it. But that's essentially, so that's my Saturday at MHC is I get
You
to
give
do
your
that.
whole speech in Pig Latin.
No,
Yes.
even I would get
Hear me out.
Even I would get choked up.
Hear me out. You give your whole entire seminar in Pig Latin.
I mean, I can give you a taste of what it was when we were at Disturbia and I was the devil. I would speak it, and I would say, you know, Kizum Tizu Mizi Easy I Weasel Kizi Bizu Safe, which in normal speak that's come to me, I will keep you safe, which is complete blasphemous bullshit for a
Right.
But and people would just hear that, and I'd have a mic on me, and I'd be able to walk within, you know, anywhere within so many feet. I wouldn't even be in the church, and you'd hear my voice coming through the walls, and I'd come up from behind or whatever. Like, I would always do sleight of hand, which is the easiest form. It's like, hey, what's this hand doing? You don't see what this hand's doing, but you know, it is what it is.
What are you doing with that other hand?
It's over here. You don't see it.
What are you doing with it?
But
What are you doing with it?
I don't know,
What are you doing? Ow.
doing that.
Ow.
But no, but Saturday I get to kind of pull the curtain back on what's been my 19-year hobby, and my passion, my boyhood dream was to always be a professional wrestler. Haunting, I just do that because I spend time with her, and I get to see her smile. And sometimes in a blue moon we get to act together. we don't act together. We act at the same haunt.
Our characters do not get along.
They do not mesh. They do not like each other.
Zoe hates Dizzy.
And
Love it.
I put up with it, but it's like Zoe cannot interact with the just okay. Can't interact with them. Oh my god.
Dizzy is very much
Butcher Baby, I don't know. Doesn't have too many interactions with them, but
Dizzy's very much a tornado in a trailer park.
yeah.
So it's Sharky came up with the term Hellsgate's Cajun Chainsaw King.
Love it.
So
That's really
and like our first year at Hell's Gate, I got to build Dizzy so much more. I originally built Dizzy at Disturbia, that's a funny story in itself.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Originally, I had built this character. They wanted, hey Tom, we're gonna make you a breaker, so you gotta, you know, your gimmick or your character's gotta be able to work within the whole haunt.
And he can't wear any masks. He wears masks, he freaks out.
I don't like masks. I don't like the constriction on my face. Also, I have a wide neck.
Yep.
I've never heard a wide neck being a thing.
Silicone masks, that constriction.
Sorry, I can't put it on tonight, babe.
I don't
My
like.
neck's too wide.
I don't like.
I will say
not
that.
being able to breathe right.
I can't wear one tonight, babe.
But also, I'm very good at being able to tell a story and whatnot with facial reaction and like just facials. And I've been told by multiple people I have fuck you eyes. So
Love it.
You're a little psycho eyes.
just a little bit.
I mean, I got a taste of that when you saw my snake around my neck. I got the
Yeah, no, I just wanted to.
Slider Jesus was gone. You know, he was just disappeared while
funny.
Tom's just like, get that away from me. Like, didn't move from his chair, just gave me the fuck you eyes and the get that thing away from me.
Anything from 2 legs to 4 is okay. Nothing less, nothing more.
Which is funny, Sammy. I just want to mention. Okay, so for my birthday this past year, so I just celebrated my 32nd birthday in April, and I decided that the only thing I wanted to do was host a reptile show at my house. So I got Crosstown Exotics to come to our house, and they had everywhere from toads, frogs, tortoises, ball pythons, skinks, and what was the other?
Lizards, millipedes.
Oh yeah, we had an iguana. All of these,
Yeah.
and then nothing prepared Tom for the 12-foot long ball python.
I think by that time I was drunk.
Tom kept coming down here and making himself old fashioned.
I was making pint-size old fashions. So by the second one, I was feeling okay. I still wanted nothing to do with that fucking 12-foot Burmese python.
What was great is I had my snake on me the whole time, and you guys didn't know until I pulled him out of my shirt.
This was his face.
There's the fuck you eyes.
as the 12-foot long, beautiful python was being let out of her tote. She was so pretty.
Look at that gorgeous noodle.
She was so big.
You had that snake on you when we were at
Yep, the whole time.
Nightmare?
Yeah,
Yep.
Tom.
The whole time.
The whole time. The whole time. The whole time. The whole time.
That was Cider Jesus' reaction too, where he's like, she had that on her the whole time.
The whole time.
Go fuck yourself.
Including when she was on my back. Because remember, I got to ride his back. Yeah, that was hilarious. And then you had Derek standing right there and just laughing his ass off. Like, yeah, Sammy will have her snakes on her like the whole time and nobody knows because they're small enough where they hide in my shirt. And that's where he was. He was hiding in my shirt and my hair. And then later I'm like, okay, you need to come out now. Because he was wrapped around my bra and I'm like, you need to like, you're pulling on my bra strap. It hurts.
No.
Yeah, that was Tom's face. The whole of like, fuck you. Why everybody else is like, oh my God, I want to hold her. And then where'd Cody go?
I love
Yeah, he
snakes.
gone. He gone.
I love snakes. But I also hate birds. I hate birds. And when I moved in, he had a bird.
And my cousin's bird.
Yeah. Didn't like
Then
birds.
Luke died.
Don't like
Everybody
birds.
blamed M for bird dying.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
I didn't blame her. Everyone else did. But okay, so I originally made Dizzy to be. Dizzy didn't even have a name yet. It was I kind of based a character off of The Hills Have Eyes. Kind of like I don't want to say like a zombie because it wasn't a zombie, but like almost like Fallout. I wore a scuba tank on my back with the respirator mask, and then I had longer hair, so I wore my hair down and all that, and I kind of based the outfit a little bit off a Lizard from Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know who Lizard is, he was the one with the cleft lip who had the vertebrae whip.
Yep.
But eventually, at some point, I'm walking through. It was probably like week two and a half, and there was the Fat Freddy room, which the Fat Freddy is, the big old fat.
Yeah, big old fat guy, all spread out and all the.
And he had the little fucking straw cowboy hat. I just saw that. I was just being funny, so I put it on. And I walk back to the makeup room, and Em looks at me, and she goes, why does that look natural? Like, why does that look? That looks right.
Why does it fit?
Yes.
Why does it fit?
And that's that's actually original Dizzy. So I'm doing that, and then I do the weird voice to go with it, which is not the Hellsgate Dizzy voice, but it was a different voice, and so I'm going off of that, and then I just stuck with that for the rest of the season, and it ended up just becoming a thing, and then I had lost my breaker position. I say it was dirty politicking, but
Politicking.
there was someone there that we clashed. They don't like the fact that I am who I am, and I am straightforward, and I speak my mind, and I call a spade, and they complained and said I was bullying them, and
Oh,
I
Lord.
lost my
Oh
breaker.
Lord.
Lost my breaker
Oh,
position.
Lord.
So they asked me, because they had seen the year prior that I had a chainsaw. Like, oh, our chainsaw actor wants to retire from chainsawing, and we're gonna make him management and yada yada yada. So we want to put you in chainsaw. I was like, okay. So then that's how I became Disturbia's chainsaw actor at the end of the haunt. So then Dizzy got that, and then eventually I always go by the philosophy it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would bring the bullwhip to Disturbia, and then that became a part of the whole build. And then eventually we would part ways with Disturbia and went to Hell's Gate. And then when I came to Hell's Gate, just for no apparent reason whatsoever, it was the same year that Deadpool and Wolverine came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a huge fan of Gambit. I have been since I was a kid. So when they brought in Channing Tatum to play Gambit, like, that was my favorite part. I don't care that he's only in the movie for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just Channing Tatum as Gambit, and then hearing him do the voice and everything. I was like, all right, I'm just, for no reason whatsoever, it's like rehearsal night. So it's dress rehearsal. I'm wearing half my stuff, and they're all walking through. And for some random reason, she's walking through with like Anthony Glenn and a few of the other actors. And I just started speaking Creole for no reason. And they all just stopped and like, wait, no, you need to keep that.
Yeah,
And I was
keep
like,
it.
I was just fucking around. They're like, no. You don't understand. Keep it. So then I did the whole season as Dizzy with a Creole accent, and it ended up becoming a really cool thing. And then Derek, who plays the straw man there,
Yep.
would start doing his Cajun voice, but would end up getting louder with it. So then me and him are bouncing off each other.
Oh my God.
Johnny's sitting out somewhere in the woods just watching this stupid, organic, not planned whatsoever interaction. We scared this one girl. Derek's laying on one side of her as straw man. I'm behind her, so she's sandwiched between us, cuddling, and we're going back and forth speaking Creole while I'm using my chainsaw as a pillow. And it was the most ridiculous thing ever. And yeah, so I mean that's how that became a thing.
You know what? It's those beautiful, happy coincidence, happy accidents that make it perfect.
So I know there's you're showing all the originals. I know I sent you one. I'm sitting on the fence post right outside the cabin in the woods. Yep. So that's the current Hell's Gate Dizzy. You can't see it, but on the left side of my face is where the darkness and all that kind of taken over.
Starting to come in.
Yep, that's where we're at right now. So, still working on them, still making them different, making them a little even more off the wall and kooky. But yeah, that's my crazy little haunt me. Now, anybody that knows M, there's too many characters. It's just, yeah.
M's like me, a jack of all trades.
That one's probably my favorite. So I call that one Toxic Zoe because I made a bunch of different colors of Zoe.
Yeah.
The first rendition of Zoe was purple hair with like a little dancer costume outfit that I found up at the Chicago like thrift stores so long ago, and that was based off of this one character that came out of Houston, Texas, that she used to work for a haunt out there. And she had her own clown that had like a big wig with a bunch of bows in her hair that inspired this look. And it wasn't until like I had a free night to dress up as a clown one night because I finally decided I didn't hate clowns anymore and I wanted to be one. That like I had permission. And when I came downstairs, down to basement, and I had Jason's attention. He goes, yeah, you're outside tonight. He goes, you're not inside. And I said, oh shit. Oh shit. What did I do? What did I do to myself?
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
Oh no. Oh no. I went from like having all of my second skin of like, I had all this dance skin that was already pre-veined, pre-makeuped, everything. The only
Yep.
makeup I had to do was Sammy. The only makeup I had to do was from my chest to my neck. That's it.
Nice.
And then I come down to work and I'm getting ready and I'm in this little get up.
It was at that moment she realized she fucked up.
Yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up so bad. And so then I had to expel so much energy out of myself. But in those days during basement is I was also working out there with a character called Sugar Daddy and
Yep.
Ray, one of my greatest friends. He was so energetic. He was so fun to work with out there. We would bounce off each other like no other. So we were like this. Like we were king and queen out there. So while like we did like giveaways, we did the shots, t-shirts, and candy. We had our backups of like all these like giveaway things that we would do, twerking the hell out of each other, just going up to random groups, getting them to hype up. Like it wasn't
Basement
even
is
really
so
about
fun.
fearing.
Base-
It wasn't really
Basement is
even
so
about
fun.
fearing. It was just about hyping up the crowd and just seeing how much energy we could expel. And we were at our peak. Like me and Ray, like we were working out like every other day. So like when we were like at like full peak of our fitness, every single night was an adrenaline rush. Every single damn night was just a new like, okay, let's see how far we could take this. Let's see how many push-ups we can do. Let's see how many like twerk-offs we can get ourselves into. Ray was getting tipped. I was getting tipped. We were making dollars. And then for every dollar that we made, we would collect those tips at the end of the year. And then the owners of the haunt would match what we made and we would donate it to Haunters Against Hate.
Hell yeah.
So it was really cool on that we got to interact with a lot of characters like that.
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got it.
the hair in your mouth.
I got it. And then eventually it came into Butcher Baby, where this was a photo shoot that we had with Pappy and Marilyn. And they came to Disturbia and they're like, hey, we want to do a big photo shoot. So like we got everybody up in character. And then I wanted to do a silent character. I didn't want to do any more like big, loud, energetic ones. I wanted to be able to move through the crowd like silently. I wanted to not talk
Took
at
the
all.
fluffy approach.
Yeah. Yeah, as Tom would say, I took the fluffy approach. I love the 1950s. I love like the 1920s. I love the 1950s. I love that era. So this is kind of my rendition of, and I don't know, when I was thinking about the names for this one, it kind of came out to me as like a BB. So I wanted something that represented like BB, something with a B. And because she is like kind of 1950s era, I wanted her to seem attractive, yet also like super repulsive. Wearing an apron with all of that, like really kind of tied on to how I wanted it to have functionality. And then having the sparking blades is I just wanted some type of like pizzazz to bring to it. Because I hate going out there without any props to me. It doesn't feel like I'm ready for anything. So it almost feels like I'm battle ready is having some type of bits to go off of. Some people could say that's kind of a lean to or a lean on type technique that I like to do for acting. But I just find it as like my hands get bored. My pockets are empty. If my pockets are empty, I get bored. And if I'm doing it, and if I'm going out there and I'm just trying to interact with the crowd, hey, how's the weather? Like,
Yeah, there you go.
So with that one with Butcher Baby it's my version of Jeepers Creepers. I think of it as like if I had a scenario for an opening trailer, if I was like filming a movie for Butcher Baby, it would be the scene at the end of Jeepers Creepers. And if you remember, it was Justin Long when he's like
Yep.
screaming down in the basement, and it's got like that old timey music playing. He's screaming down in the basement, and you're just kind of like traveling, like looking down along the walls as the camera following, and all of a sudden it's just a table laid out, and it's just all of these men that I've been like stalking for the past couple months or weeks. And it's just, all of these like different body parts of men that I've just like collected because it's mainly men that I want to maim. Would I say she's more of a feminist character? Yes. She definitely hates men. She
Remember how we
hates
said
any kind
Dizzy and Butcher Baby? And Dizzy and
We don't get along.
Yeah, they
We
don't
don't
get
get
along.
along.
Complete opposites.
Yeah, so we're really good for working as a couple anywhere because we don't need to work side by side with each other.
Yes.
We're not codependent at all.
Although we did co-act one room together once, but after Blood Prison, and we got to do it for for Valentine's Day at Massacre, and we did a Bonnie and Clyde style.
That one was so fun. Did I send you that picture? I think I sent you that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I love this.
This was a hard sell for M at first. So during the Christmas event, I always do like my version of Scrooge, but I had my two 357s on my ribs, and you can see one of them poking out in this picture. So Massacre's got the subway CTA scene, and I don't know why. The night before I go up to M, I'm like, hey, I'm going to contact Ryan and just ask if I can use my 357s. And she's like, Tom, you're a fucking idiot.
I said, don't. I said, if there's anybody that we're making fun of on the drive home, it's the idiot who brought realistic looking pistols to the haunt that night. And guess who it was? It was you, Tom.
Now,
it was you.
These 357s, they are 357 Crossman, 6-inch Python barreled. They do not have orange tips. The cartridge goes in the handle, so they look 100% legit. They're also
legit.
The cylinders are bored out for 50 caliber paintball. So I used to paintball years ago, so I was like, all right, I got them. Why not use them? Ryan gives me the okay. So during the Christmas event, I am in the subway scene. I happen to be in there with one of my fellow actors from Hellsgate, who's also guest acting. I was like, hey, I've got these. I'm going to use them. This is what we're going to do. So when I grab you and throw you against the wall, be prepared for that.
Yep.
And again, I used some of my wrestling training, and I was able to kind of talk to them beforehand, like, so this is what I'm going to do. This is what I need you to do. It's going to be snug. You know, I'm not going to hurt you, but you're going to feel me. You're going to know I'm there. And I just need you to react naturally. Don't act. Be natural. I think at one time, like there was an older couple and another, like a younger couple in there. And I ended up grabbing him. I spun him around. I kicked him in the back of the knee, and I pressed his head against the wall. And I put the gun to the back of his head, and I'm yelling at the patrons in the car. I was like, "Don't be a fucking hero. Empty your pockets and give me your money, or I'm gonna blow a hole in this motherfucker." Well, obviously, I know they're not gonna do what I'm saying, so other actors on the train are also freaking out. They're screaming like, it's looking like a legit CTA experience. And I've also got 12-gram CO2 cartridges in these. So when I pull the trigger, it goes bang. So I pull the trigger, it goes bang, and he slumps down the wall, and he lands his head in the old lady's lap, and she's tweaking the fuck out. She's freaking out. All the actors are like pressing up against the walls. They're like, what the shit? And then the door opens, and I'm like, you didn't see fucking shit. And as they're walking off, like, and that concludes your authentic CTA experience. I was doing this for like half the night, it got to the point where other zones and other actors were hearing this. Because let's be honest, I'm not quiet. I'm loud.
No.
Everything I do is loud. They could hear me from one of the farthest corners, all the way still up by Q. So by the time the last groups are going through, they're being followed by actors who are all trying to get to this scene because they want to see what's going on. And it ends up getting back to management. And we're getting ready to leave and all that. We're all changed, getting ready to leave, and we get greased. And then Ryan comes up. He's like, "So you guys coming back for Valentine's Day?" And jokingly, I look at him and say, "You gonna let me do the same thing again?" He's like, "Oh, with the guns? Yeah, sure. Why not?" I look at Emma. I was like, "Bonnie and Clyde," and she's like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
That's a really good
Do
idea.
it.
Damn, that's a really good idea. And to get myself in the mood, because I like to watch just movies just to gear myself.
Oh yeah.
I was watching Highwaymen.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So we dressed up.
Threw something together, stuff that I already had in my reservoir.
Yeah. So the picture that you showed, that was us. And then we were doing that in the subway car alongside, at one point, Anthony Glenn and Andy from Midnight Terror.
Yep. Oh, good old Andy.
They did corresponding outfits as well.
They were boyfriends.
So they had the blades and they're sitting on one side and we've got the guns.
There were just two guys on the subway,
Oh
just
my
in
God.
tuxedos, with knives. So freaking funny.
Needless to say, I would like to think the subway scene that night was the one that people were probably talking the most.
The most, yeah.
The subway scene is definitely my favorite scene over there. Massacre. It's just so well done. Every actor they've had in there is always top notch. Everybody talks about the elevator. I'm like, the elevator's cool, but I said that subway scene is different. I haven't seen anyone else do like how Massacre's done it. I've seen plenty of elevators, both good and bad, but no, that subway scene blows me away every time.
It multiple times at the end of the night, like the next day, I would reach out and be like, "Yo, send me some of the security footage from that scene so we can watch it." And they did, and we watched it, and it's a riot. When me and Em did it together, by the end of the night, I was yelling myself into migraines. But I mean, you just power through it. But what was funny is we picked up on each other's banter. We never planned anything. We never "Hey, we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go do that." Earlier in the night, we ended up getting this couple to strip down to no socks, no shoes. Their jackets were off. They emptied out their pockets. In her little money bag that was in that picture, they put their phones, their wallets.
I love it.
Anything they had.
I ended up having the kids Jordans,
vapes. Yeah, vapes. Those energy packs that you stick in your the Zyn.
Yeah.
Zyn packs.
I had this kid walking around barefoot at Massacre in Q. I felt bad at one point. I was like, "Take your shit back." But I did that, and then we're at the end of the night. She's at gunpoint with somebody. I was like, "All right, we've got guns. You've got pockets. We want the shit that's in them. Don't be a hero." Yada yada yada. And then when the doors would open, you'd be like,
"Now what did you see?
Nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Love it.
What you see? Nothing. You ain't seen shit."
Love it. Can you imagine if you guys did that at the MHC ball?
I don't think. Well, one, I wouldn't get into the building. Yeah. Not with those.
Not with those, no. But can you imagine you guys going around and then everybody playing along with it, emptying their pockets, and then some of the weird random shit you'll get from other hunters?
You know how many times I've had people at Transworld and MHC in the last couple of years be like, "Tom, bring your bullwhip to the party." It's no, that's a horrible idea. I'll do it outside. I'm not going inside with it.
He's gonna leave so many places.
I mean, this past Transworld, when I was working with Brandy Beast, you posted the one where I was wearing the mask that she had done up. I was doing bullwhipping, and I had people leaning up on a chair with their ass out, and I'm just sitting there cracking the bull, and they're all like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I know my distance. I'm good with it. Don't worry. You're not gonna get cracked. You're gonna feel the wind." And they're like, what do you mean feel it? It's like, just trust me.
If you want to get your butt cracked, you go over to Haunters Against Hey. Paul's got the
He's got the
wicker
paddle.
bed. Yep.
Yeah,
He's got
the paddle. But yeah, no, so
that is fun.
we got to do that at Massacre, and we had a lot of fun. But that's pretty much like Blood Prison and Massacre. Those two nights are the only times me and her have ever side by sided.
Oh my gosh. So for future stuff, what do you guys have like planned? Obviously checking out other haunts, like you gave your big list of like all your bucket list places. What would be some places not only do you want to see, but guest act, and also do you have future characters in mind?
I know we've been talking about trying to go out to Abandon for
We've walked through,
yeah.
but we've got a lot of friends up there that we want to work with. I love Carson. Carson's
good.
He's way too off the wall, kooky and crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Rob both are just ridiculous. I just want to be the fly on the wall that watches them in the
right.
fight.
Just sit there and watch. There's so many people in the industry that are like that, where I'm like, I just want to sit there and watch you.
Yeah.
Not being
Molly
weird or
Peck,
nothing. I just want to watch you.
Yeah.
And of course, I run a podcast, so I want to record you, so I have content.
Molly Peck is a good friend of ours.
Yep.
We'd love to be able to work up there with her. I know M especially would like to work with Molly. He says he's retired now, but Bruce Holmes, Bacon.
Yep.
He says he's retired.
I love it when these guys say that. Oh, I'm retiring. I'm like, you're so full
I'm
of shit.
so done with it.
I mean,
You're
haunting
so
and
full of
wrestling, the one term that'll never be true to me is, oh, I'm retired. I was like, or semi-retired. Like you got all these kids out there. Like, oh,
did you get a gold watch?
Like,
no, I don't think so.
I'm semi-retired. Right. I just want to walk through. Maybe I'll guest act a night here or there. Well, if you're guest acting, guess what? You're still acting.
You're still acting. I'm gonna be Scary Gary. I'm doing this shit till I die.
I don't know if I would own that. You're gonna hand out Fireball too?
You need to.
It is my fault. I'm the one who introduced him to Fireball. Because listen, I couldn't afford Jack Daniels.
You need to start handing out rum shada, like little rum shada shots.
It's okay. He does Fireball and she does lemons.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, no, it's my fault with the Fireball guys. I apologize to the entire industry. Listen, I was in my early 20s. I couldn't afford Jack Daniels Tennessee Fire. So Fireball was the only thing I could afford at the time that wasn't like kinky or American Honey. And even at the time I couldn't afford those two because they were expensive. Fireball was the cheapest decent drink that you can drink straight that I could afford at the time. Because I was a typical broke ass college kid. $1 was like $100 to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I could afford. And I introduced it to Gary, and then the rest is history. And I apologize. It was my fault.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Funny story about Gary. Again, I'm not going to mention names, but there was a review team that found out Gary's room number at Transworld and was giving it out to people.
I remember that.
But yeah, no, that was a fun one. I remember hearing Gary's response to that. He's like, "God damn it, motherfucker! Now everyone's gonna be showing up to my room. I gotta get a new room."
That was a big thing. So back when all of us from the Darkness, the Darkness crew, way back in the day when we used to hang out, that was a big thing. Was we do not give out our room numbers because number one, people want to say, "Hey, can we go see the Darkness like behind the scenes? Can we hang out? This and that." And it was like, don't let anybody know like what rooms we're staying at the Marriott. And that was Gary's big thing too, because he'd be staying like on the same floor as the rest of us. And he's like, okay, we cannot all go up at the same time. You guys got to go on to random other floors so nobody finds out what rooms we're all staying in. Because as soon as they find your room, they're going to find my room. So we would tell people fake rooms. We would be like, yeah, he's in room 1608, like some random number that doesn't exist. And people would be going up on the floors trying to find it.
Oh,
But then,
God.
yeah, someone told the review team where it was.
Oh my God.
I was like, you know what? It was bound to happen.
Sometimes though, I feel like it's warranted.
Oh, yeah.
Like this time, it was probably warranted.
Oh, he loves the attention. Don't let him fool you. Guys, I need a break. Oh, shut up. You love the attention.
Yeah.
Gary, I've known you for 20 years. You love the attention. Shut up. You're the one that used to bring the strippers. So back in the day, we would drive over as soon as everybody would stop drinking or the parties would start to die down. We go over to the strip clubs, go over to Larry Fitz, Roxy's, etc. And we would bring the strippers back over because back in the old days of Trans World, everybody partied. Nobody slept. Your room is where you kept your stuff and showered.
Yeah.
Nobody used that bed except as a couch or to put your stuff on. So back when we used to have the room parties, we did darts one year. We shot off fireworks in the hallway one year. I mean, we used to do some crazy stuff back in the old days.
Remember when the zombie army bus was a thing?
That was amazing. I still remember the exact song because we did the zombie army bus back and forth with City Museum.
Yeah.
And I remember all of us piling onto that bus and we're like, we know this bus is at max capacity. Because everybody's just packed in there like sardines. But we were listening to, I'm trying to remember the name, but
Titties?
the song is Titties.
Yeah.
And I remember we're like, let's get this bus on hydraulics. So we're literally all bouncing up. And someone recorded it from the street. And you literally see the bus go like this. Oh my God. That was good. People were hanging out the window and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, John's going to throw a fit.
It was actually kind of funny. So M told me the other day, Chunks fired the bus up for the first time.
Still runs.
It still runs.
But it only
Well,
makes
Those old school buses, if you know how to work on them, they'll run forever.
Oh,
No matter
yeah.
how much
Those
mileage, no matter how much you beat them up, they were
Those old
designed to
Bluebirds.
take beatings.
Those little bluebirds, yeah, they can
Mhm.
take a beating. But Chunks was saying he got the bus started, but that old girl's only going to be taking short drives from here on out.
Oh, yeah.
She ain't making it out to MHC or Trans World.
No. But it would be great. Well, honestly, I take that back. That road is too damn gnarly. I hate taking it for Lost Souls this year. I mean, I was like, there is no shocks on this bus.
Oh, Murder Road.
Yep, on Murder
You just
Road.
gotta go
Oh.
really slow.
I mean, it was oh God.
I mean, if I can do Murder Road on my hardtail motorcycle,
Oh.
I don't think it's
There
gonna,
ain't
I don't
no
think it's
way
gonna
I'm
hurt
taking
the-
my bike on that.
It
Ain't no
It
way.
ain't gonna hurt the bus.
But yeah, no, the stories on Zombie Army Bus with Transworld. Oh my God. But that last year that we did, that was great because people are literally hanging out the window. Bus is at max capacity. And we're like, let's get this bus bouncing. And it's, I'm like, John's going to be pissed. The shocks and the brakes are going to be absolutely fucked on this bus by time of the night. Oh, that was great. We need to get back to that. Someone needs to bring it. Like most of these haunts have buses or ambulance where we could shove a ton of people in it. Like we need to get back into that.
Cool.
Yeah, an ambulance would be fun,
Yeah.
or an old school like paddy wagon.
Yeah.
Hmm. Or some hearses are big enough where they could pull a trailer, so you can have a hearse pull in like a flatbed trailer and a bunch of people in it. It's St. Louis. The police got better things to do.
Yeah.
So, ain't nobody gonna get in trouble. I literally had my buddy hanging out the back of my truck one time, drunk as fuck, because he had too many margaritas, and we drove right by the police. They did not care. They got better things to worry
I
about.
mean, shit. I
It's
remember
St.
one
Louis.
year I broke my hand at Trans World at City Museum, and I was walking down Washington Street with a bottle of orange Jim Beam. I looked right at a cop, just swigged the bottle like it was Vegas, waved at him, and kept on walking.
Yeah, but it's St. Louis. They got better things to worry about, and
Yeah.
they know when these conventions and stuff come in town, they're just like whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like me and Dozer got in trouble because we decided to do a video where I'm chasing him with the chainsaw, and he's got the camera doing his point of view, and we ran through the bottom of the Marriott where everybody sits and hangs out. And apparently Marriott manager got all panties in a bunch and called the police. We went back to the party because this was Saturday night. So we went back to the party And Alan Hops is the one who told us that, yeah, apparently you paid off that hotel manager and he called the police. And we're like, Alan, it's not Transworld till the police are called. Yeah, you're right. Because, Alan's been going to Transworld since the beginning. He's like, hey, you're right. But apparently the police showed up and said, okay, this is a Halloween convention, right? Yeah. And it was someone chasing somebody with a chainsaw. Don't they do that at haunted houses? Okay, we got better things to do. And they just left. Didn't even do nothing.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, they know what time of the year it is. The Transworld always comes around the same time. So they know what's in town. They're just like, whatever. They're doing haunted house shit. We already deal with that, the darkness, literally right on the other side of town. Like, whatever. Better things to worry about.
Oh, why you look? She's over here looking up pictures from the Transworld in which I broke my hand.
This was Tom passed out on the table of one of the Mexican places that we went to for tacos, and
probably Rosalita's Cafe.
No,
this is farther down, but you can see on his other arm that he has
where it's all wrapped up,
bandaged up because
hey, City Museum, man, it tears you up, but it's broken.
Fun.
So there's a
finger was broken, and he had no idea. He thought it was just dislocated.
I thought I fucked it up, but I didn't know I broke it. There's a section at the City Museum where there's the metal rebar where you can army crawl. It's like maybe that much space from ceiling to the base, and I'm army crawling. Well, my hand went over, my finger went under, and the rebar went like that. My finger just went,
out.
And it was nice and loud. I thought I dislocated it.
Yeah.
So I pulled it to try to pop it in. And every time I did that, I'm like, whoa. And at one point, I'm like, I find one of our Zap guys, and I was like, hey, I need to do me a favor. I can't do it because my brain's not letting me fucking pull full strength.
My brain is not letting me pull my broken finger.
So I told him, like, I need you to pull it so it pops back in. He pulls it, and I can feel the bones separate. And then we lets go, it just snaps in. We kept resetting. So at one point, I'm like in and out. I'm like, whoa. So I go down to their medical area. I was like, hey, do you guys have some kind of tape, whatever? They give me tape. I tape my fingers.
Yep.
Then I end up going to the CVS. I get I end up getting like that self-adhesive wrap. So I wrap my fingers, and then going to sleep, I take some more of that wrap. I go around my wrist, and a little bit of a loop. I kept my hand, and I wrapped it. We're at Holiday Inn where they got the little light whips. I wrapped my wrist around that and then fell asleep. So my arm was above my head, so it would go numb, so I could not feel the pain of the stomach for 3 days. That's how I slept.
Hey, you gotta do what works.
I had just like bandaged him up, like bondage style, like left him like.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if nobody knew what happened? Nobody knew what happened. They came into your guys' room. Yeah, housekeeping comes in. They see you.
It would have been easier if I had a pair of handcuffs and loosely clipped them and then just draped it over the light.
All right, so if you do it again, just call me. I got plenty of handcuffs for you to borrow. I even got them in different colors. Don't look at me weird like that. You know what I do for a living.
Yeah, come on.
It's okay. I don't know why you would need them at Transworld, but that's okay.
Oh, I never go anywhere without my handcuffs.
People get out of hand.
People get out of hand in handcuffs.
You had mentioned other possible new characters. I don't have anything new. What you see is what you get with me. Dizzy is, unless it's a one-off like we did the Bonnie and Clyde thing. Yeah. But I mean, this one over here is a treasure trove of ideas.
I got some ideas. I would like to do like a vampire hunter or like a witch hunter or monster hunter type character.
Nice.
So a female Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't they do a series where Van Helsing was a chick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also like to do something, and I don't know. I see something with an eye patch. I like eye patches. I think they're cool. I think that might incorporate into the next character.
He's
build.
going to Pirate Weekend at Ren Fair.
I love pirates
Oh yeah.
so much. I love them.
Hell
Yeah, that's pirates. I love pirates.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see something with an eye patch.
I don't remember sending her that picture.
I did. I did it. I did it.
I don't remember sending that one.
It was
Ours-
like basically any of us in cosplay form was like, you know what? I'm just gonna send all these. Yeah, that one. That one.
Oh,
was
that's Blood Prison.
Yep.
that's the blood prison.
God, I don't remember this picture at all.
Yeah, but you had to wear. You ended up wearing a mask.
To start out, I did,
Yeah.
and then I took it off, and then for the rest of the night, I was blind because I didn't wear my glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one was on a random rainy night that I got from our friend Cha Strange. She worked at
She was a Zap girl for a while.
yeah, and then she worked
Went to Midnight Terror.
yes, but before that she was at Reaper's Realm.
No, not Reaper's Realm.
Oh.
No.
Dream Reapers.
yes,
Dream
Yeah,
Reapers.
Dream Reapers. R.I.P.
She donated the little tailcoat, the top hat, the pants.
Damn near almost everything.
Yeah, pretty
Not
much.
the boots.
Yeah, pretty much everything. And then Disturbia had the little mallet. And I went out there, and I can't remember what I named this character, but I liked that it was like just all black and white, just a silly little clown. But that was a lot of fun. Just doing like
God, that would have been a fun character if you would have been able to keep that outfit. That'd have been fun for Hellsgate.
I have no idea where it went, but that one was so fun. That was on just a random rainy night. Rainy nights are my most motivated to work in. I don't know why. I love working in the rain because I know that it's shitty for a lot of the patrons to wait out there in.
I think
Yeah.
if the patrons see the actors out in the rain just boo fucking it, just having
Yeah.
fun out there, it makes the shitty experience of the rain so much better because they're just seeing people out there just being stupid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that was us at Shocktoberfest. Luckily, 2 of their attractions were mostly indoor, but yeah, waiting down the queue lines. Luckily, everybody was smart and brought umbrellas. They gave everybody ponchos, so we stayed dry as possible. But their hayride was all outdoor, and kudos to those actors that were out there in the pouring down rain. I mean, it was completely rained out. The haunt normally would not open if it rained like that because I mean, it was nothing but puddles. They're laying straw down as much as they could. But we still had a great night. Kudos to those actors that did have to
So-
work out the rain.
So I worked out in Ireland this past season, and nothing but rain
Oh yeah,
every single freaking day.
yeah.
Every day was a rainy day.
They got to fill up the ocean. The island's
Oh
got
my
to fill up the
gosh.
ocean.
Yeah. How else are they gonna fill up their ocean?
Yeah.
Every single day was a rainy day. So it's like, of course, it was like the weather wasn't terrible. Like it was muggy. It would be sunshine and raining for like maybe a couple hours out of the day. The rest of it was just
But it wasn't rain
muggy. So where we were acting was it was on this giant 200-acre farm where like we were working in this
Farmophobia?
tiny little no, it wasn't Farmophobia, it was the jungle. And the jungle is what they called Fright Night for the season of October. And we were 2 hours away from Dublin, so we were in Moneymore, Northern Ireland. We did go out to see Pharmaphobia. We had to really coax one of the people to drive us down there, and they're like, "That's 2 hours away."
Yeah, I was like, they're 2 big like haunts there in Ireland. They are very far from each other. One is north and one is south. So I know Pharmaphobia guys really well. But I don't know the other attraction. I know of it, but I don't know them.
And then I think there's another one up near Derry, but
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
think
get
there is a third one, but it's smaller.
Yeah, we didn't get to see that one. And I was like, you guys don't even correlate. You guys don't go out to
No.
each other's attractions. No.
No,
I'm like,
they
you guys live in a fucking country that's the size of
literally an
Michigan.
island. They literally live on an island, so that's a country. But yeah, no, they don't socialize with each other. Because I said too, I was like, how many haunts are in Ireland? They're like, oh, there's us, there's another big one that's our competition, and then they said the smaller one, and I was like, you guys not communicate? Y'all hate each
Yeah.
other? Y'all got beef?
Yeah, y'all got beef. Well, like, what's
And they
about
look at it as like that's normal, but like you guys, especially come from the Chicago area, like I said, you guys all coordinate, everybody knows each other, and everybody works pretty well with each other.
Yeah,
There's
we all
nothing wrong
play
with
fair. We all have to play nice. We have to play fair because
Yeah.
we're going to see each other.
yeah.
If not sooner rather than later. Like, or
Well-
we're all related in some way, shape. But no, it was kind of crazy. So we had to coax one of the people from Fright Night to take us out to Pharmacopoeia. That place, fucking insane. Fucking insane. That was like they were running a full-fledged little theme park there.
Oh yeah.
At Fright Nights, they're running a full-fledged like theme attraction where on the daily they're doing Segway tours, they're doing four-wheeler rides, they're
Nice.
doing tree topping, which is like doing ropes from like tree to tree.
Yeah, the zip lining.
They do paintball, they do horseback riding, and then they'll do off-season events, which are like the Christmas show, where they have like a whole like elf and Santa Claus and this whole reindeer thing. Because then they actually have like reindeers like on. They have like a petting zoo.
Yeah.
So while we were like going through and we were detailing the trail of what they had was like all these little houses, these little like wooden cabins that were all throughout the trail. And so the storyline for it was like there was like this mass-produced type of weird chemical that was infecting the forest into humans, but it was making them crazy. So that was part of their one attraction. And then they had the asylum, and they had the inbred house. And then they had like just the cornfield, which was just crazy, you know, clowns with, you know, masked people with chainsaws. People were having so much fun. Excuse me.
Oops.
People were having so much fun with that. And then they had like their actual shed with like all the clowns and everything. So a bunch of people were coming back with like twisted ankles, dislocated kneecaps. They would also run like mud runs on the daily. They would have mud runs and like zombie
Nice.
runs. So I was
Love it.
working out there with Matt. I can't remember his last name. Freak Skinny.
Yeah.
And Josh Wood split. And then also Evie, which she we were calling her Half Pint out there because she didn't have a name for her character, which she was doing the fire spinning up on stage because they had a little freak show stage. So they said, what do you have as your main talent? What is your attraction talent? And it's like, my attraction talent is I work the crowd. I'm not getting up on stage for shit. I'm not doing anything up there. So then Evie worked with me, and we did like a little like thing where she would use the bubbles, like the flame bubbles, and we'd kind of do like a little bit up there. But mainly it was for her stage. You're doing firework up there. We're going to work the crowd down here. And then they also wanted to have like one of the characters get up and sing. So they had some girl that was in character get up there and like sing like Lady Gaga or Kesha. That didn't go on for very long. That was like maybe like 1 or 2 nights. But I'm like, what is this, karaoke hour, or is this like, are we running a haunted house here? So anyway, whatever. And then a couple of times they would do like these like on stage shows that was like musical chairs, the Macarena, YMCA.
There you go.
So
Classics.
I will say it was definitely a big time jump to go over to Ireland for the entire month.
Would you say it was a time warp?
It was pretty much a time warp. Yeah. And I'm like, I miss home. I miss home a lot.
I got that message about a week and a half in, and she still had 3.5 more weeks to go.
I miss
Oh boy.
This past season, sucked
I'm
because
so homesick.
we weren't by each other.
Yeah.
Like by the time the season came to an end, the very last night I was dizzy.
I didn't send
But I wore half my face was Zoe.
I love it.
So we did an old school Statesville style makeup where I had the silicone prosthetic, like the silicone dripped across my face. And
Yeah.
it looked like I was wearing Zoe's face on mine. Like I had ripped her face off and just slapped it on my face.
Love it.
And I don't think we sent you a picture of that.
Okay, dude.
I think she's trying to find it right now. But yeah, there's that one. But so imagine the side of the face you see, and then half my face is Zoe the clown.
Love it.
And let's see, she's looking for it. I'll see if I can.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
So that we were FaceTiming.
I love it though.
So I'm wearing an eyelash that is like wickedly nuts, but I am wearing the Zoe face paint. So Alex Woode actually did Zoe's face paint on me, and then when we got out in the woods, I took the pictures and a video and I sent it to her.
Oh.
But Johnny at one point is walking the trail and he just sees me being me. And he just takes a step back. He looks at me and goes, "That is very unsettling." And
when you got John saying that, you know you did good. You know you did good.
Yeah. And then there's Derek Gibson, who's the straw man.
Yep.
Before we even started, we're just fucking around, and I'm standing on this concrete block by the cemetery gates. And I've got my big old McCulloch chainsaw with a 20-inch bar on it. And I'm doing the whole, like, Jason Mewes dick tuck from Clerks.
Yes.
But I'm also doing the Buffalo Bill. So I'm, like, saying, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. But I'm doing it in, like, Zoe voice. And Derek's like, oh, my God, you better not be doing that to customers. That is And I'm like, I'm not. Would you fuck me?
There's going to be one customer that you will do it to.
But what's funny is I threw the chainsaw between my legs, so when I flung it out, it just Derek's like, what the fuck? No!
It's okay. There was one night where, and luckily this is a friend of mine's haunt where we could really just get away with anything because it's a rated R haunt anyway. But we're out in the woods, and that was our chainsaw alley where she didn't want to do anything because she's like, we would have to take down all these trees, do this and that for what I want to do. So we're just going to leave it completely dark back here and just put a fuckload of chainsaw runners back here. But we were back there making moaning noises. And then, of course, brushing the trees and all that. And oh my God, the look on customers' faces was so fucking great.
Oh.
It was oh, deeper. Oh, and you know, you were shaking the trees and shit. And they're like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, you know, come out with the chainsaws. And then they're like, oh shit. I thought they were just looking at the trees.
I don't think that'd fly at Hellsgate.
No,
I
it
don't
would
know
not.
how I've gotten away with
it.
It
Would not fly at Hellsgate. It wouldn't fly at a lot of haunts. It would not fly at Creepy World, Darkness, because this is all of us that used to all work together at Darkness and Creepy World that were guest acting out there. But because it is a rated R haunt, we get away with stuff. So, but yeah.
I don't know how I've gotten away with stuff over the years, but yeah, unless people just are like, Tom's out there getting results, just leave him alone. I don't know. Like, I'm one to naturally push the envelope, and again, I live by the philosophy it's better to ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Exactly.
And no one tells me to stop, so I just keep going. Like one of the big things with Hell's Gate, it's monochrome, all black and white. You don't see blood.
No,
you do not see blood. And this year, I started out with a little bit of blood. by the time we got to the end of the season, a lot of the old Statesville makeup artists were wanting to work on me because they realized, oh wait, Tom's getting away with it.
Yep.
We want to do some old Statesville like gore and blood on them, and I was just letting them do it. Like I didn't care. So like they were just, all right, let's bust out the old Statesville blood and red paint. Johnny's not saying anything, but because I'm out in the woods.
You're in a different area. You're not in the mansion. You're out in the woods. It's dark where you're at and stuff. So it's gonna look blackish color anyway in the low lighting.
So plus I'm the one of like 3 chainsaw actors. So a little bit of blood ain't gonna hurt because it's a chainsaw, right?
Yeah. If it's
end of the season, you may as well just pour a bucket on me.
Yeah.
So
don't let that go to waste. Don't let it dry out. No, especially nowadays with everything getting more and more expensive. I look at like old stuff of how much it cost me and then what it costs me now, and I'm like, oh my God.
I remember when we were at Disturbia, she had mentioned RJ Hermanowitz earlier in the cast. Her and RJ had gotten together and made a 5-gallon bucket of blood. And
2.5.
Well, was it 2.5?
Yeah, it was 2.5 gallons.
Okay.
2.5 gallons.
So 4 gallons? 2.5? So
that was gone in one night.
We made it last, but because me and 2 other characters, when we were at Disturbia, I had we'd call ourselves the 3 Little Pigs, but so there was Dizzy, Hambone, and Grade A. And we'd get our normal, like our hillbilly paint, and then we had the little squirt bottle, and we'd go out in the back and we'd shoot each other with the blood. I'd always have it across the throat and the temples.
Yep.
And Hambone would always have it like armpits, throat, top of his head because he was bald, and we just let it splatter wherever. Yep. And then Grade A was the 8-tittied pig that she would do the 8 titties on. And I'd fucking shoot him on every single nipple, so it looked like every nipple was bleeding. He'd get onto the armpits, and he was a heavier guy, so like every fold and crease that the body rolled over, it just looked like it was just gushing,
leaking out.
Yeah. So, but we made it last the season, but like we were always the bloodiest of them.
That's me. All my costumes have blood on them. So I go through blood a lot. Like I got to pick up an order at MHC for more perma blood. And then when I got to go down to Texas, I got to pick up some Rue blood from Dark Hour. And that only lets me.
One thing, I don't think I've ever actually had to use perma blood on any of my costumes.
So perma blood was our main use here because Kip and Ashley from Pale Knight are from the Darkness originally. So we got their original formula and then just always stuck with it. So that's what I'm just used to. And because I'm friends with them, they always give me good deals and stuff. But I also use Rue blood. I've had my own formula that I make for certain materials. Because the thing about with paint blood when it comes versus makeup blood, makeup blood will bleed right into your clothes and do what it's supposed to do. When it comes to paint blood, oh no. Like perma blood, I'm not a fan of using it on fabrics. I like it for my chainsaw blades, for weapons, props, hard surfaces. I like using Rue's blood for costumes because it will bleed in with the fabric and it won't make it stiff. It will actually move with the fabric like if it was real blood. And then I can also water it down if I wanted to seep through the fabric a little bit more. So it's definitely just goes by what your taste is and what you like to use.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But yeah. But yeah, so excited for MHC. Tom, cannot wait to see you on stage and talk about what you have to say, about how you mix wrestling techniques into the haunt acting.
It'll be different. It's like I said earlier, it's not something I normally discuss. I've had students years ago when I did train for wrestling, when I trained students, but that was probably 9 years ago. So I haven't really divulged a lot of that information and inner workings that I have from wrestling. I've used it for my own sake in haunting, but I've never really opened the curtain on that and kind of let the masses hear it. So it'll be different.
But that's
Part of
what
me is
the
gonna be like-
industry needs. We need different. No one wants to see the same old thing, and everybody has something to bring to the table.
Yeah.
So anything that's new, anything that might not sound like it would work, you'd be surprised.
I know, like, for us in wrestling, gatekeeping, that kind of information is very much still a thing. Like, there's a term kayfabe. A lot of people think kayfabe is dead in wrestling, because fans they're smart to everything. And storytelling, it's whatever nowadays. Like,
Yes.
no, I still believe in kayfabe. I still believe in keeping the gimmick of good and bad between the good guys and bad guys alive in front of fans. Like, if I'm a bad guy in wrestling, I'll be dickheads to fans outside of shows. When we have meet and greets and shit, like, I'll still tell fans, piss off, leave me the fuck alone. They'll ask for an autograph. I'll rip the 8x10. Like, I'm heartless. But if I'm a babyface, yeah, sure, shake hands, kiss babies. But if I'm a heel, I'll shake babies, kiss hands. So,
which is funny because I feel like the kayfabe of the haunt industry has gone completely downward since we've started opening for other events. Since the monsters aren't just awake during only October and then that's it. Now people have social media presences. They have meet and greets. People are getting tattoos of all these
That is
characters.
crazy when I see people come up and they have tattoos of a haunt character. Like,
so
that's pure dedication.
Yeah.
There's an actor out of Indiana who has
all of us.
Has Butcher Baby, has Dizzy, Sharky, Bruises,
Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's basically, I'm not gonna say a shrine to Hell's Gate because it's not.
They all came from different.
We all came from different places. We now are under that same roof, but even
amazingly so.
But Josh Woods is part of that tattoo, and Josh doesn't work Hell's Gate.
No.
So but yeah, it's like it's being immortalized on someone's skin. It's very humbling. It's a shock. It's an honor. At the same time,
honestly, it's an honor to be on your skin, man. It's an honor to be on your skin. How cool
to be told and to realize like you made an impact on someone's life so much that they want to permanently have you a part of them
put me on your skin
in a very non-sensual way.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like you made an impact in my life. I want that the reason that you made that impact, I want that to be a part of me for the rest of my life. Like, oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
It's amazing. It is like for me, I would be like, oh my gosh. I'd be both humbled, but at the same time shocked because I'm like, you put my face on your skin. Why would you?
Honestly, it's a great job. The artist that he went to go get it done.
Portraits.
The portraits are pretty on par, and I'm a stickler who I take into account everything about an artist before I go and get a tattoo done by them now.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, I have to look at it. Same with my hairstylist is I have to look into them. Like, I need to make sure we have similarities before I even go to you. I was like, are you going to get the facial structure down right? Or are we going to have to is this going to be a regrettable tattoo? Because I don't want a regrettable tattoo.
No, nobody does.
Yeah. Who he's going to is really good.
And I mean, he's got his entire back.
Yeah.
Yes. I've seen it. And I'm like, that's insane. And he keeps adding more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
He's going to run out of space eventually.
Yeah.
No, because he's not a big guy.
He's getting big. He's pretty big. He's pretty big. He's got a wide back.
It's still crazy.
He's young. He could take some.
He just made
supplements.
He just made a post, I think, a week and a half ago, tagging 5 more people
that he wants to have done on.
Dude, holy shit!
He could put my chainsaw on his ass cheeks.
There we go. What if
you're not allowed to put my face on your ass, but you could put my chainsaw on your ass because that was always
When he
That was
spreads
always
his
my
cheeks,
gimmick.
Scary Gary pops out.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
We should tell him that.
Oh no!
We should tag Eric in this and be like, Eric. That's so funny.
It's just the little bottleneck of a fireball bottle.
You pull a tab, his tongue pops out. Really gets you.
I'm horrified.
Horrible.
Because he's going to show people that. You want to know where Gary's tattoo is? Man, keep your pants on.
Between my cheeks.
Gary's little beard. Just his little fucking.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Here's the thing about it. Somebody will do it. We probably just gave them the idea.
I'm a firm believer. If you can think it, someone's already done it.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's out there.
I know Scary Gary's on somebody's body, probably some random girl that met
Not
him
by
at the haunt
choice.
one night.
Not by choice. I don't know anyone that would willingly put that on their body.
You'd be surprised with some of these women that Gary gets at like these off-season events. Because back in the day, Larry would pay for us to go to everything. Anything that could advertise the haunt, we would dress up and go. And there'd be a group of us, up to 5 to 10 of us would go. We would, back when the hearse was still running, we would drive the hearse around. And then if the hearse wasn't running, we would take the golf carts. So we did like Oktoberfest, Taste of Zoulard, Mardi Gras, St. Patty's, Thanksgiving. So all the big off-season events that go on in downtown St. Louis. We did the auto show one year. We're walking in as our characters at the auto show, riding in all these nice cars. And yeah, just
So what you're saying
back
is
in those
Gary's just getting bitches behind the Waffle House dumpster.
Yep. You would not believe these girls. And now most people are like, oh, they're trash drunk girls. I'm like, no, he would actually get these really good looking, classy women to come up and talk with him for hours and take pictures with him. And they were into it. And you're like, what? All right, Gary, sugar dating.
For someone you would think is fucking possums behind the IHOP dumpsters having dignified conversations with high class women.
Yep. I'm telling you, it was wild. We would go to Cardinals games, and this would be back when we used to get free tickets all the time because Larry knew somebody, so we would always score like free tickets. We would go not in character because it'd be on one of the non-theme nights. People would recognize Gary just in his regular clothes. And again, here we go, all these women, and you're like, what the
Now, of course, I only make those comments because I only know what Gary looks like as Scary Gary. I don't know Gary as Gary, the person outside the character. Scary Gary, the character, looks like someone who would fuck raccoons behind a dumpster.
Yeah.
Gary, I have no idea. Could be the nicest guy in the world. I have no clue. I've never in my life have I seen the man not be out of character. I've seen him at
permanently Scary Gary. He's permanently Scary Gary at this point. When they say a haunt legend, they're not kidding because he's been doing it for 30 plus something years and he's always been Scary Gary to where like that's permanently him now. But now Gary outside of Scary Gary is actually a sweetheart.
So long.
I have seen him in full garb at Sauce on the Side just eating.
Oh yeah, like he's always
like,
in character, full makeup. Nobody knows what he looks like underneath except for all of us that used to work with him. But yeah.
Wow.
Gary is Gary. And now that he's getting older, it's just Gary. Like when he was passed out in one of the rose bushes over at the Marriott, they're like, just leave him there. He's fine.
Yeah. He'll wake up eventually.
Like he's fine. I said, if you guys really feel bad, just drag him over to the couch over at the bar and just leave him there. He'll be fine.
Yeah, so he can feel more comfortable.
How does one fall asleep in a bush?
In a rose bush. Enough.
Well, Fireball will do that to your liver.
Yeah.
That stuff's like antifreeze now.
Weren't they saying at one point there was antifreeze in that shit?
Yeah, a similar chemical to antifreeze they were putting inside of it because, again, it's cheap liquor. It's not high quality. So, but back in the day, man, that's all I could afford. I got a big girl job now. I can afford the better stuff. But I made the mistake because now Gary's made it his whole personality.
Yeah.
You see what you did? You see what you put on the world?
I know. It's my fault. I apologize every year at transfer. I'm like, I am sorry. I was 21 and dumb and broke.
You did this.
I did. I created a monster. It's okay. That's what us haunters do. We create monsters whether we want to or not. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's very negative. Oops. Or somebody else than me, though, I'll tell you that much.
Horrible. Horrible.
Emma, thank you so much for joining me. I cannot wait to see you guys in like 2 weeks. Like, it sounds like shit.
It's a do it. I have to prepare my costumes.
I ain't preparing shit. I ain't preparing a goddamn thing.
But I know who I'm going to ask at Massacre for the panties.
Oh, God. They're not panties. They're little boys' underwear.
Baby.
And what's crazy, it's not Tim Raleigh. You gotta ask.
No.
Oh, that man will just walk around in his underwear.
He's gonna be like, who told you?
I love Tim so much. Oh my god.
He cracks me up. He'll be wearing the underwear. He's got a stupid little flip phone. He'll just pull the waistband open and ding. I'm like, God damn it, Tim.
So funny. So funny.
Although that's other actor I don't think is going to be at Midwest.
Really?
I don't think they're going to make it this year.
Fun.
It's getting harder and harder with these shows. Like I was telling Emma before we started this was, you know, it's a great year, but man, these shows back to back with Transworld being later in March, it was great because the weather is better in March in St. Louis. But then all of a sudden you got MHC 30 days. Then you got MHC 30 days. And then Texas. It's just like back to back to back with these shows. It's insane.
Yeah. East West or East Coast and then
May as well just felt East West North South.
East West North South. East West North South. Yeah.
Yeah, say never done the Texas one. That's
Texas
Alan
is
Hops's
fun.
deal, isn't it?
Alan Hops is a part of it, yeah, just because Dark Hour is one of the main sponsor haunts, but it's different owners that own it. Alan's just one of the sponsors, and then he does a bunch of classes, and then they have a booth there and stuff because they do the Stilt Bee Studios. So they'll be sitting there sculpting what they used to do at Transworld, where Alan and Rue would be there at the booth just sculpting a mask and like showing everybody how they do this and that. And then of course they have the classes and stuff. And then Dark Hour usually will do an event either Friday or Saturday. Then they open up for the public to do their off-season event that they do. So it's fun. This year, they're actually doing a full actual tour with some other haunted attractions. So we're really excited about this year's Texas. So, and it's growing. It's finally at the Irving Convention Center, which is that's where they have the Texas Frightmare. So, I mean, it's growing.
I haven't been down to Texas in a minute.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is that it's in July. And Texas in July is hot. And I have a black truck. My truck, you could fry steaks on that bitch. It was
Right.
I was like, damn. And they're like, you made a mistake with buying a black truck. I'm like, well, listen, I live in Missouri. It doesn't get that hot here. But yes, excited about this year's MHC. Hellsgate will be there. You have Hellsgate, Disturbia, and 5 Points on Thursday night for a behind the scenes tour. Then you got Basement and Massacre for Friday night's tour. And then Saturday night's Costume Ball. Very excited.
Is there a theme to Saturday's ball?
No, it's always just been costumes.
It's just whatever.
Because
Yeah,
then
it's
they
just
have the
whatever.
costume contest.
Oh yeah.
There's never
Yeah.
a theme for the costume thing. It's just whatever.
Yeah,
you
that's
have.
Transworld that does the costume thing.
I wonder if they're gonna do something off the wall like they did. They did the Vaudettes that won for 2 years, and then the one year they had the runway show.
Well, they had those two guys out for the show last year. They were pretty fun. They were like putting on they kept coming out into the crowd. They had microphones.
Oh, the DJ thing. Was that it? Or am I thinking something different?
No, that was MHC. I don't remember who they were, but they were fun. They were goofy. It felt like I don't know. It felt like you were like back in like middle school or something, and like they rented out like the two guys for like a bar mitzvah or something.
right?
Yeah.
There to hype everybody up.
Yeah, they were like,
It
hype
was a
man.
good icebreaker. It was something
I forgot about
different.
Yeah, it was very silly.
I forgot about
I didn't.
All right, everyone. Tom, Emma, thank you so much for joining the season. Hellsgate returns this September. Tickets will be available soon at hellsgate.com. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Woods of Terror out at Greensboro, North Carolina. All right, thank you guys so much for joining this segment of Into the Fear, and we'll see you guys later. Stay scary.